This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by Slim Shady. The views and events expressed here are totally fucked and are not necessarily the views of anyone. However, the events and suggestions that appear on this album are not to be taken lightly. Children should not partake in the listening in this album with laces in their shoes. Slim Shady is not responsible for your actions. Upon reading this, you have agreed not to try this at home. Anything else. The President in the Press, address before the American Newspaper Publishers of their Association, in April 27, 1961. President John F. Kennedy, Waldorf Astoria Hotel, New York City, April 27, 1961. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate very much your generous invitation to be here tonight. You bear heavy responsibilities these days, and an article one read some time ago reminded me of how particularly heavily the burdens of present-day events bear upon your profession. You may remember that in 1851 the New York Herald Tribune, under the sponsorship and publishing of Horace Greeley, employed as its London correspondent an obscure journalist by the name of Karl Marx. We are told that foreign correspondent Marx, stone-broken with a family ill and undernourished, constantly appealed to Greeley and managing editor for an increase in his munificent salary of $5 per installment, a salary which he and Engels ungratefully labeled as the lousiest petty bourgeois cheating. But when all his financial appeals were refused, Marx looked around for other means of livelihood and fame, eventually terminating his relationship with the Tribune and devoting his talents full-time to the cause that would bequeath the world the seeds of Leninism, Stalinism, revolution, and the Cold War. If only this capitalistic New York newspaper had treated him more kindly, if only Marx had remained a foreign correspondent, history might have been different, and I hope all publishers will bear this lesson in mind the next time they receive a poverty-stricken appeal for a small increase in the expense account from an obscure newspaper man. I have selected as the title of my remarks tonight, The President in the Press. Some may suggest that this would be more naturally worded, The President versus the Press. But those are not my sentiments tonight. It is true, however, that when a well-known diplomat from another country demanded recently that our State Department repudiate certain newspaper attacks on his colleague, it was unnecessary for us to reply that this administration was not responsible for the press, for the press had already made it clear that it was not responsible for this administration. Nevertheless, my purpose here tonight is not to deliver the usual assault on the so-called one-party press. On the contrary, in recent months I have rarely heard any complaints about political bias in the press except from a few Republicans. Nor is it my purpose tonight to discuss or defend the televising of presidential press conferences. I think it is highly beneficial to have some 20 million Americans regularly sit in on these conferences to observe, if I may say so, the incisive, the intelligent, and the courteous qualities displayed by your Washington correspondents. Nor, finally, are these remarks intended to examine the proper degree of privacy which the press should allow to any president and his family. If in the last few months your White House reporters and photographers have been attending church services with regularity, that has surely done them no harm. On the other hand, I realize that your staff and wire service photographers may be complaining that they do not enjoy the same green privileges at the local golf courses that they once did. I'm supposed to be the soldier who never shows his composure even though I hold the weight of the whole world on my shoulders. I ain't never supposed to show it. My crew ain't supposed to know it, even if it means going toe-to-toe with them. It don't matter. I'd never drag them in battles that I can handle unless I absolutely have to. I'm supposed to set an example. I need to be the leader. My crew looks for me to guide him. If some shit ever does pop off, I'm supposed to be beside him. That shit, I tried to squash it. It was too late to stop it. There's a certain line you just don't cross, and he crossed it. I heard him say his name on a song and I just lost it. It was crazy. This shit went way beyond some shit, and even though the battle was won, I feel like we lost it. I spent too much energy on it. Honestly, I'm exhausted and I'm so caught in it. I almost feel I'm the one who caused it. This ain't what I'm in hip-hop for. It's not why I got in it. That was never my object, for someone to get killed. Why would I want to destroy something I helped build? It wasn't my intentions. My intentions were good. I went through my whole career without ever mentioning it, and that was just out of respect for not running my mouth and talking about something that I knew nothing about. Plus Dre told me stay out. This just wasn't my beef, so I did. I just fell back, watched, and gritted my teeth while he's all over TV, down talking. A man who literally saved my life. Like, fuck it, I understand this is business and this shit just isn't none of my business, but still knowing this shit could pop off at any minute. Cause look in his eyes, it's all lies. The stars and stripes, they've been swiped, washed out and wiped and replaced with his own face. Mosh now or die. If I get sniped tonight, you know why. Cause I told you to fight. There used to be a time when you could just say a rhyme and wouldn't have to worry about one of your people dying. But now it's elevated, cause once you put someone's kids in it, the shit gets escalated. It ain't just words no more, is it? It's a different ball game, callin' names, and you ain't just rapping. We actually tried to stop the 50 and Ja beef from happening. Me and Dre had sat with him, kicked it, and had a chat with him, and asked him not to start it. He wasn't gonna go after him until Ja started yapping in magazines how we stabbed him. Fuck it, 50, smash him, mash him, and let him have it. Meanwhile, my attention is pulling in other directions. Some receptionist at the source who answers phones at his desk has an erection for me and thinks that I'll be his resurrection. Tries to blow the dust off his mic and make a new record. But now he's fucked the game up, cause one of the ways I came up was through that publication, the same one that made me famous. Now the owner of it has got a grudge against me for nothing. Well, fuck it, that motherfucker can get it too, fuck him then. But I'm so busy being pissed off I don't stop to think that we just inherited 50's beef with Murder Inc. And he's inherited mine, which is fine, ain't like either of us mind. We still have soldiers that's on the front line, that's willing to die for us as soon as we give the orders. Never to extort us, strictly to show they support us. We'll maybe shout them out in a rap or up in a chorus, to show them we love them back and let them know how important it is to have Runyon Avenue soldiers up in our corners. Their loyalty to us is worth more than any award is. But I ain't trying to have none of my people hurt and murdered. It ain't worth it. I can't think of a perfecter way to word it than to just say that I love y'all too much to see the verdict. I'll walk away from it all before I let it go any further. But don't get it twisted, it's not a plea that I'm coppin'. I'm just willin' to be the bigger man. If y'all can quit poppin' off at the jaws, well then I can. Cause frankly I'm sick of talking. I'm not gonna let someone else's coffin rest on my conscience cause. That an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it is in my control, and no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. But I do ask every publisher, every editor, and every newsman in the nation to re-examine his own standards and to recognize the nature of our country's peril. In time of war, the government and the press have customarily joined in an effort based largely on self-discipline to prevent unauthorized disclosures to the enemy. There's a certain mystique when I speak, that you notice that it's sorta unique, cause you know it's me. My poetry's deep and I'm still matic the way I flow to this beat, just knowing any minute I could snap. I'm the equivalent of what would happen if Bush rapped, but if I were to die murdered in cold blood tomorrow, would you feel sorrow or show love, or would it matter? Can never be the leader to better off of things, shit for me to feed off. I'm seesaw battling, but there's way too much at stake for me to be fake. There's too much on my plate and I came way too far in this game to turn and walk away and not say what I got to say. What the fuck you take me for? A joke? You smoking crack? Before I do that, I get up before I get down. I'll run myself in the ground before I put some whack shit out. I'm trying to smack this one out the park. 5,000 mark. You all steady trying to drown the shark, ain't going to do nothing but piss me off. That leads to the can of whoop ass. Just twist me off, see me leap out cold, a piece out. Fuck shooting, I'm just trying to knock his teeth out. Fuck with me now, bitch. Let's see you freestyle. Talk is cheap, motherfucker. If you're really feeling froggish, leap yo slim. You're going to let him get away with that. He tried to play you. You can't let him escape with that, man. I hate this crap. This ain't rap. This is crazy the way we act when we confuse hip hop with real life when the music stops. Some days I just want to up and call it quits. I feel like I'm surrounded by a wall of bricks. Every time I go to get up, I just fall in pits. My life's like one great big ball of shit. If I could just put it all into all I spit, instead of always trying to follow it, instead of staring at this wall and shit while I sit here with writer's block. I'm just so sick of all this shit. I can't call it shit. All I know is I'm about to hit the wall if I have to see another one of mom's alcoholic fits. This is it. Last straw, that's all. That's it. I ain't dealing with another fucking politic. I'm like a skillet bubbling until it filters up. I'm about to kill it. I can feel it building up. Blow this building up. I've been sealed long enough. My cup runneth over. I done filled it up. The pen explodes and busts. Ink spills my guts. You think all I do is stand here and feel my nuts? Well, I'm going to show you what. You going to feel my rush. If you don't feel it, then it must be too real to touch. You build it. Fuck it. I'm about to tear shit up, so just feel the goosebumps. Yeah, I'm going to make your hair stand up, so sit up. Yeah, sit up. I'm going to tell you who I be. I'm going to make you hate me, cause you ain't me and you still ain't shit. You wait, it ain't too late to finally see what you close-minded fucks were too blind to see. Whoever finds me is gonna get a finder's fee out this world. Ain't no one out there mind as me. You need peace of mind. Here's a piece of mine. All I need's a line, but sometimes I don't always find the words to rhyme to express how I'm really feeling at that time. Yes, sometimes it's just sometimes it's always me. How dark can these hallways be? The clock strikes midnight, 1, 2, then 3:30. This half-assed rhyme with this half-assed piece of paper. I'm desperate at my desk. If I could just get the rest of this shit off my chest. Again, stuck in this slump, can't think of nothing. Fuck, I'm stumped. Whoa, wait, here comes something. Nope, it's not good enough, so I scribble it out. New pad, crinkle it up and throw this shit out. I'm flipping out. I thought I figured it out. Balls in my court, but I'm scared to dribble it out. But why am I afraid, man? Why am I afraid? Why am I a slave to this trade? Cyanide I spit to the grave, real enough to rile you up. Want me to flip it? I can rip it any style you want. Better look out, cause I'm about to give it. I'm a switch hitter, bitch, you ain't a quitter. I'ma sit here till I get enough of me to finally hit a fucking boiling point. Let's see, flip this coin, bitch, come get destroyed. An MC's worst dream. I make them tense, they hate me, see me and shake like a chain link fence. By the looks of MU would swear that Jaws was coming. By the screams of MU would swear I'm sawing someone. By the way they running, you would swear the law was coming. It's now or never, and tonight it's all or nothing, man. Why he keep leaving on us? He said he'd be back, he pinky promised. I don't think he's honest. I'll be back, baby. I just got to beat this clock. Fuck this clock. I'm going to make them eat this watch. If you don't believe me, watch. I'm going to win this race and I'm going to come back and rub my shit in your face, bitch. I found my niche. You going to hear my voice till you're sick of it. You ain't going to have a choice. If I got to scream till I have half a lung, if I have half a chance, I'll grab it, run, cause I'm knocking this one out the park. Standing over this bully pimp, slapping him in the face, telling him to get up, wake up, get up, cause your ass just got knocked the fuck out. And hey, look at that, it's only Friday and I haven't even started work yet, so I'll see you on Sunday and I'll make it a fun day. Cause after he was kicked out of high school in his 9th grade year, after the security had pulled him out of his classroom and had searched him in his locker, then told him they heard he had brought a gun to school, when one of the security guards opened up one of his journals and started reading it and quickly said, I think the principal needs to see this. You clearly can read his letter he had written to Interscope Records as Eminem, stating that he is just trying to get the two sides of the story, so he writes it down, only trying to put them into songs, not really meaning he would do it in real life. You gotta live it to feel it. You wouldn't get it or see what the big deal is. Why it wasn't him and more me that was the illest. To be walking this borderline of darkness in the city limits, it's different. It's a certain significance, a certificate of authenticity that you would never have even seen, but it's everything to me. It's my credibility. You never seen, heard or battled freestyle to meet a real MC who's incredible upon the same pedestal as me, but yet I'm still unsigned, having a rough time, sit on the porch with all my friends and kick dumb rhymes, go to work and serve MCs in the lunch line, but when it comes crunch time, where do my punchlines go? Who must I show to bust my flow? Where must I go? Who must I know? Or am I just another crab in the bucket? Cause I ain't having no luck with this little rabbit's foot. Fuck it, maybe I need a new outlet. I'm starting to doubt shit. I'm feeling a little skeptical who I hang out with. I look like a bum. Yo, my clothes ain't about shit when I gotta go and get them at the Salvation Army, trying to salvage an outfit and it's cold, trying to travel this road, plus I feel like I'm unstuck in this battling mode. My defenses are so up, but one thing I don't want is pity from no one. The city is no fun, there is no sun, and it's so dark sometimes I feel like I'm just being pulled apart from each one of my limbs by each one of my friends. It's enough to just make me wanna jump out of my skin. Sometimes I feel like a robot, sometimes I just know not what I'm doing, so I just flow right off the top of the dome like the boiling point on a stovetop. I just explode. The kettle girl gets so shot sometimes my mouth just talks about shit that I don't get, but I've learned it's time for me to U-turn. Yo, it only takes one time for me to get burned, ain't no calling her next time I need a new girl. I can no longer play stupid or be immature. I got every ingredient. All I need is the courage, like I already got the beat. All I need is the words, got the urge. Suddenly it's a surge, suddenly a new burst of energy has occurred. Time to show these free world leaders the 3 1/3. I am no longer scared now. I'm free as a bird, then I turn and cross over the median curve, hit the verbs, and all you see is a blur from 8 Mile Road. Sometimes I just feel like quitting, I still might, but then again here I am up another night and got my pin, like I'm ready to write. Man, why do I put up this fight? Why do I still write? Sometimes it's hard enough just dealing with real life. Sometimes I want to jump on stage and just kill mics and show these people what my level of skills like. But I'm still white. Sometimes I just hate life. Something ain't right. Hit the brake lights, case of the stage fright, drawing a blank like la da do da da. Do it like it just ain't my fault when I'm breaking eyeballs. My insides crawl and I clam up just to fall, so shut the door like I just slam shut. I just can't do it. My whole manhood's been stripped like I have just been jacked. So I must then get off the bus then and split. Man, fuck this shit again. I'm going the fuck home with this world on my shoulders as I run back to this 8 Mile Road. At the top was the song, he called it Say What You Say, featuring with the Dr. Dre on the Eminem Show album. He was still kicked out from high school for his writings and told by his principal he would never get anywhere in life if he continued to write garbage like that. She told him not to come back until he's seen a psychologist to diagnose if he was insane or a threat to others. Then in school, another voice is just telling you, don't you listen to them, they just pissed at you, man, they're just mad you're doing shit better than them. I swear you dope, forget what they think, they don't know you. Haters lie, they don't know nothing, get mad when they take it personal. This is the world we live in. Tell them shit stays in urinals. Complex self-esteem issues, they diss you to up themselves and make themselves feel special. Understand you're up there, up where? Up here nobody can touch you. You are not a quitter, you are sicker than most of these little kids, so stop feeling bitter about yourself. You know you're much bigger, you function on a different level, you're something like a ton bigger, your skill is humongous, you know it, so don't listen to these other kids. The world is a cold ass place, man, you can't quit. If you quit, you might as well call yourself dead. You know what I'm saying, keep moving, don't take it personal, don't let it get to you, don't let them get the best of you. Man, I look toward my goal, I move forward, I know if I stop now I'm proven that I'm no good, and these haters win, I won't let that happen again. I'm a fighter, a lighter, I'm going to fight till I retire. I took a breath to rewire my wires, I'm RoboCop back from the dead, the show don't stop till I roll over rot. I know that I'm hot, I don't need people to tell me that, not even school to hold me back and tell me that I'm a failure. I'll nail your coffin, soft in your heart image. I'm starving and it is kind of crazy how I keep eating without taking a break and drinking a shake in between breaks that I barely take. I wonder if anyone out there can relate, man. I'm losing any grasp I have on my fate cause I'm so rough, soon no record deal on my plate. Half of those kids can't even see me, the other half want to be me. The ones that don't know me don't know that I'm killing beats easy. Man, I'm mad, I can't understand it. Tell the planet to kiss my ass and grab a sweater and cram it, damn it. Then after being kicked out of high school, he dedicated his love for writing even more than ever, as he would just use it for more fuel to keep him working at the dream. A short time after he was recognized as a writer, I'm only showing people when we all experience things in life, trials and tribulations that we all must go through, and I know sometimes things may not always make sense to you right now, but you know, technically I'm not even really supposed to be here right now, so forget it, might as well make the most of it cause some of us don't get a second chance. Man, I never knew I would affect this kid and get him to flip this back on me. How many kids will listen to me and run up in the school with a gun when they're pissed at a teacher? Was it her? Was it him? Is it you? Is it them? It wasn't me. Slim Shady said to do it again. Damn, how much damage can you do with a pen? Man, I'm just as messed up as you would have been if you would have been in my shoes. Who would have thought Slim Shady would be something that he would have bought that would have made you get a gun and start shooting it off on his block? I just said it, I didn't know if you do it or not. How was I supposed to know I was the one that they would say who's crazy for saying on the first page of our story the future seemed so bright, then the saint turned out so evil, and I don't know why we are still surprised, cause even angels have their wicked schemes and you take that to new extremes. You will always be my hero, I've been praised and labeled as crazed, full of crazy rage, an angry teenager, nothing can change me back. Gangster rap made me act like a maniac. I was boosting, so influenced by music I used it as an excuse to do shit. I was stupid. No one can tell me nothing. Hip hop overwhelmed me to the point where it had me in this whole other realm. It was like isolating myself was healthy. It felt like we was on welfare but wealthy, compelled me to excel when school it failed me, expelled me, and when the principal would tell me I was nothing and I wouldn't amount to it. Marshall made his first million and counted it. Now look at a dropout that came back to just relive it all over again. Let me remind you of what took it this far. When I can hear them saying, if you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. If you're scared, don't show it. You might get out before the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on moving, face that fire, walk right through it. You might get out before the devil even knows you're there. I know it hurts, walking down the road that leads to who knows where. Don't you hang your head, don't you give up yet. When courage starts to disappear, I will be right here. When your world breaks down and the voices tell you turn around, you're getting closer to pushing me off of life's little edge. Sooner or later, you know I'm getting closer. I guess I'm taking the fall. I know you feel helpless now. I know you feel alone. When the stars go blind, the darkness starts to flood your eyes. When you're falling behind, I will carry you. Sometimes he works secretly, behind the scenes, but he will reveal his work to you when the times are right. I was looking out my bedroom window late one night to look up and see a shooting star, so I made a wish, then said a prayer. So this is it. This is what I wished for. Just isn't how I envisioned it. Fame to the point of improvement. I just thought that it would be different, but something changed the minute that I got a letter from a fan that said he's been praying for me every day, and for some reason it's been weighing on my mind heavy cause I don't read every letter I get, but something told me to go ahead and open it. But why would someone pray for you when they don't know you? You didn't pray for me when I was local, and as I lay these vocals I think of all the shit I had to go through just to get to where I'm at. I've already told you at least 8,000 times in these rhymes I appreciate the prayer, but I've already got God on my side, and it's been one hell of a ride, hasn't it? Just watching it from an opposite standpoint, man. man. Boys got to look nuts, and that's the only word I can think of right now on how to describe it. This is like a vibe you get. God only puts us through as much as we can handle, so the ones that struggle the most have been chosen by God to be the strongest. Believe you are never alone. God is always with you. God gives us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds. You can't back down when I'm gone. When they ask me am I okay, they ask me if I'm happy. Are they asking me that because of what's been thrown at me, or am I just a little snappy and they genuinely care? Daddy, most of my life it's just been me and you there, and I continuously stare at pictures of the family. I never got to say I love you as much as I wanted to, but I do. I say it now and you can't hear me. What good does that do me now? But somehow I know you're near me in presence, or I went and dropped some presents off to ease it to them. 2 little boys of yours to try to ease their minds a little. And dog, you'll never believe this, but Rhonda actually talks to me now. Jesus, and everyone else is just trying to pick up the pieces. Man, how you touch so many lives and just leave us. They say grievance has a way of affecting everyone different. If this is true, then this is to who in all times have sought the truth, have told it in their hour or in their living, who died in honor, to those who have died in the high and humble knowledge of God, to those who died in sorrow and in kindness and bravery, to those who died violent suddenly, to those who have died in the time of the joy of their strength. We are all children of the same God. We know our parents and our brothers and sisters that have been lost, and it may not seem like you understand why they have been taken out of your life, but understand, without God, how can we understand what eternal life is? As I stand before you to show you there is of such a life after death. The people you all have lost are now gone to be with God. They say no one lives forever, but everybody should believe in the impossible. Just because you can't see me doesn't mean I'm not there, and at times you are in need of God. Just because he doesn't answer you when you expect him to doesn't mean he won't. He will always answer, but only when the times are right. So now how can I not believe in something that I have already seen with my very own eyes? Believing in someone is like knowing in your heart that what people don't know is how I just define time, and what people say is the impossible. How could I be in a place and time from then to be standing here now? People tell you to be positive. How do you take that when what's around you is negative and can't catch a break? Listen to me spilling my heart through this pen. Just know that I'll never be Marshall again, full of controversy until I retire my jersey, till the fire inside dies and expires at 30. This one is for you and me, living out our dreams. We are right where we should be with my arms out wide. I open my eyes and now all I want to see is a sky full of lighters. Let's pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now. I went away, I guess, to open up some lanes, but there was no one who even knew what I was going through. Like, do you ever wonder at one point you got to stop living up there and start living down here? Like, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it or would you just let it slip? They ask me what am I doing with my life that's so great. Maybe I'm lost, tired of this feeling of always being alone and so far away from home. I'm here for a whole new generation. Cause I look up, it's just me standing in the mirror. These walls must be talking. Cause man, I can hear you, daddy, it's me. I get the point, fine. It's too late, dad. You made your choice. If that's what you want, I'm not afraid to take a stand. It's been a ride. Come on everybody, I came from that time to be here for you all in this time, so take my hand. Let's walk this world together through the storm. Now you might still feel like you're in that place. I'm letting you know that you're not alone and it's not your fault. So if you're trying to get out, just follow me. I'll get you there. So watch me when I just stand up and shout it. From this day forward, even though I hold the weight of the whole world on my shoulders, I am never supposed to show it. My crew ain't supposed to know. Tupac, so you still wonder if the Lord still cares, cause life in the pen isn't for anyone. I'd rather die. So now this is why I ain't given up on the hood. It's all good when I go back, and I swear, it's like a trap. Every once in a while I reminisce and wondering how it ever came to this. Eminem, I probably did it subliminally for you so I can come back a brand new me. You helped to see me through and don't even realize what you did. I keep having this dream. I once encountered a stranger in a dumb gown, black hood with a sheath. Shit, I laughed in his face. The bitch gave me an extra life. Like, take this, now get your ass back in that game. Don't take it for granted. Don't take shit, give it. Only bull you should take is by the horns. With a pen is mightier than sword. Finish writing, then record. Replenish, keep writing more. Nothing's riding on it. Your privates are you're fighting for. You fight, scratch, you claw backs to wall. No one was there to catch you fall. You pick yourself back up. You dust your jacket off. You grab your balls like they're gargantuan. Ask yourself how bad you want it. Pull out your pants, whoop your ass, flash it on M. Nobody's gonna back you in the corner. Throw a hornet. No one's more ignorant than you. 4 in the morning, you're at the studio, storming like there's nothing that's more important. MCs, you better consider this a formal warning. You're in for it, girl. What would you do if I said your body was off the chain? I told you I smile every single time I saw your face. I ain't finished. I meant in it. Oil the blades. Nobody wants to play. They say I'm a spoiled little baby. Nobody puts baby in the corner. I'm only trying to warn ya. That baby gets mad, gets to throwing a tantrum. He'll fucking flip on ya. So you can call me Santa, but I might be in disguise like Freddy with claws and the doctor to the cause to all your riches, and all you got put with the doctor ain't like my riches. Rap don't gotta sing cause I'm lunatic 5 strong. King Kongs are writing songs. Cats be getting gone thinking they got it, but friends, the world is mine. There's no need to say it. You already know. The question is just how far will this go? How far will he take it and when will he stop? Shady man, I done told you once, homie, to ease up. You just won't listen, will you? No, I guess not. You just can't, can you? Man, I can't stand you. You're rotten. What you plotting for us? Man, when are you gonna let up? I guess things are gonna get much worse before they get better. I can see the comments. Plus I run with the best. I pledge allegiance to the streets of the D. I can see the evolution as we creep up on it. I put that music in your veins like a needle junkie. Should I just do this for the haters? I don't need the money. Nobody really understands my language. I find it complicated just to hold a conversation. But still, I got a whole lot of patience sitting back watching Earth from my space station. You look like you're in another world. I can read your mind. How can you be so far away, lying by my side. Life keeps on complicating. I'm debating on leaving this world this evening in my space-bound rocket ship. Your heart's the moon. I'm aiming right at you. 250,000 miles on a clear night in June. I'm aiming right at you. It's been a ride. Nurse. Oh my god. Now these are the results of 1,000 electric volts. A neck with bolts. Nurse, we're loosen him. Quick, check the pulse. A kid who refused to respect adults. My whole life, I grew up made to be sick when I wasn't. Someone asked the doctor, what kind of twisted experiment am I involved in? I don't belong in this world. That's why I'm scoffing at authority, defying often, flying off at the handle with my mom. No dad, so I'm non-complying at home. At school, I'm just shy and awkward. No, I don't need no psychologist trying diagnose why I have all these underlying problems, thinking he can try and solve them. I'm outside chalking up drawings, on the sidewalk, in the front drive talking to myself, either that or inside hiding, off into going somewhere quiet, trying to not be noticed because I'm crying and sobbing. I had a bad day at school, so I ain't talking. Why am I so differently wired in my noggin? Sporadic as my thoughts come, it's mind-boggling. I obsess on everything. My mind is small, shit bothers me. My father, he said sayonara, then split. No family to give a shit if I'm fine, as long as there's batteries in my Walkman. Nothing is the matter with me. Just look at the bright side. At least I ain't walking. I bike ride through the neighborhood of my apartment complex on a 10-speed, which I've acquired parts that I found in the garbage. A frame and put tires on it, headphones on straight ahead, and kids trying to start shit. But if this is all there is for me, life offers, why bother even try and put up a fight? It's nonsense. I think a light bulb just lit up in my conscience. What about those rhymes I've been jotting? They are kind of giving me confidence. Instead of trying to escape through my comics, why don't I just blast a little something like Onyx to put me in the mood to wanna fight and write songs that say what I wanna say? To the kid that said that, I eyeballed him, grab a hold of myself, like that's right, fights on, keep on going, you just gotta fight it, keep on going, it's not too late, shady, stay creative, homie, hold your head up, don't you let up one bit on these motherfuckers, you're a soldier, get up, stand up for what you believe in, as long as you are breathing, they jealous of you, man, that's the only reason we are beefing. Your ass forgot, just in case you don't remember me, I'll run your brain around the block to jog your memory. Now let's pretend Marshall Mathers never picked up a pen, let's pretend things would have been no different, pretend he procrastinated, had no motivation, pretend he just made excuses that were so paper thin they could blow away with the wind. Marshall, you're never going to make it, makes no sense to play the game, there ain't no way that you'll win. Pretend he just stayed outside all day and played with his friends, pretend he even had a friend to say was his friend. It wasn't time to move, schools weren't changing again, he wasn't socially awkward, just strange as a kid. He had a father and his mother wasn't crazy as shit, he never dreamed he could rip stadiums, just lazy as shit. Forget a talent show in a gymnasium, kid, you want to mount to it, quit daydreaming, kid, you need to get your cranium checked, you thinking like an alien, it just ain't realistic. Now pretend they ain't just make you angry with this and there was no one you could even aim when you got pissed at. So now get your ideas, stack your ammo, don't come, unless you come to battle, but you want that, you already know the two of us in the same place at the same time, you know we're blowing up, this is it, it's what I eat, sleep, piss and shit, live, breathe, my whole existence just consists of this, I refuse to quit, fuse is lit, can't defuse the wick, if I don't do this music shit then you lose your shit, remember, double or nothing, well look at me, I ain't got shit to lose, it's the moment of truth, it's all I know how to do, as soon as I get thrown in the booth, I know it as well as you but my respect is overdue, I'm showing you all the flow, that no one can do, I don't own no diploma for school, I quit, there's nothing for me to fall back on, I know no other trades so I better trade my mics in for some toolboxes, he never risked shit, he hopes and he wished it but it didn't fall in his lap, he ain't even here, he pretends that M is me, so M look for you to be calling, my house Vietnam Desert Storm, both of us put together can form an atomic bomb, equivalent to chemical warfare, forever we can drag this on and on, agree to disagree, that gift from up under the Christmas tree never was meant for me, that coal was from you too, check it out, it all started in my home, just check the background, St. Louis clown from the underground, 14, pimp of the year, same crew now, it's too damn quiet but too loud, he be pretending always saying they too proud, if I ruled the world, I do now, when I got Marshall freestyling M and me to bring back to you Eminem so the tick's about to rack M and move the crowd, someone call the cops, there is a robbery in progress, like I said a country boy came through and changed the game, if what you got ain't hot then check your flame, now look up in the sky there's a sighting, oh he's about to break it down and I bet you're going to hate him now but if there is some beef then I'm pumping lead on sight until deceased, I'll take your head off right, I live in the beast where the feds play shyest, like what we used to do with the 5 coming out the CPT forget you, times have changed for the good, in the hood I be coming up, you feel it, can you set it off again, you know I should yo but don't forget good things come to those who wait, if you waiting on M he is going to be late, now I'm a felon, just ask M, he is my evil twin that calls me a criminal so the story goes, this is what happens when you get two of us in the same place, at the same time, call it bad meets evil, I rob industries and ashtrays, wrap something and burn the place, you heard me, when it comes to be Christmas time, you should hang my album on top of your fireplace, around that time, my stocking's going up, feels like a victory when I burn your house down, circle around and hit the hydrant so you can't put your burning furniture out, I used to be a loudmouth, remember me, I'm the one who burned your house down, well I'm out now and this time I'm coming back to blow your house up and I ain't going to leave you a window to jump out of, now look how it began, nobody knows about me with this pistol in my hand, I told you to fight to say what you want to say, the doctor told me I got heart failure, my heart was failing me but he put the E in me so for me back to the T on 9/11 they called for me and I was on demand, when the president was on pay-per-view, 9/11 it's an emergency, cowards tried to murder me, now I'm back and convinced this is my year, like I'm the chosen one so forgive and label me as a Don. Shady lifted his wing, then I fell from under it, I'm dreaming of falling now I'm free falling, my career's gone into recall and regardless of whose fault it was I was speedballing, but God double wrapped me and dropped me on top of the earth then Marshall doubled back and got me from on top of a hearse, now I'm alive again and just in time to say don't try and make me someone I'm not and you ain't got nothing on me. me cause I didn't cry rivers. I made waves, then I realized that God's with us as soon as I decided to put that bottle down and read his message. The writings will prove it and history will show it. While I throw up this message, you know when to expect M to be at his best and never to give nothing less than something with a rhyme or reason to get Don Dangerous on a track or call up Quizilla for some of that dragon puffing and spitfire like you remember getting smoked the fuck out and so high. How do you go and get hired and fired the same day? It looks to me there will be no need to call a fire marshal when I know an even higher marshal than you are to be, and whether you like it or not, it don't mean that much to me if you believe me or not. I still rap it, talk truth, blind as fuck, or like my ass has forgot who stands behind the curtain. Do you really know? Are you really that certain? So many of you are in it for the green, a talking snake, a walking talking shit flake. I'm a giant with a big foot, one step can level a whole state, a beast to a monster. Don't think that I don't know half of your bullshit on your plate. You can go ahead and call it what you want, but you keep talking all that shit, then I guess we can call what's going to happen next your fate, cause I told you motherfucker, if you fuck with me I'll be sure to fuck up your day, and after that bullet that you sent my way I'm still fucking here standing, so watch what you say, cause now I show you I have D-Angel looking after me when I now got proof here on my side. All you want to go do is run off and hide, but you're starting to fall off thinking you got me all caught up in that ride. You better not try and duck and survive when you see the darkness lurking. Ask yourself if it was really worth it. So now remember when we collide back through that maze I sent you, how was I supposed to know my words would have an impact like this? You just lay down slow, recognize a real dawn. When you see one I thought I told you, this ain't that hard to maintain. It's like slapbox, your chances are to slim. When I'm shady, take a walk. I can give a fuck less about this life to success. I look at the whole picture just to say fuck this, and if you don't like it then you can just suck this. When I bust it out, pull it out and smack you across the face for that shit that be coming out your mouth. You keep talking that shit, bitch, just remember that I won't forget where you live when I do a drive-by on it. I said it's all about that respect, and right now I just don't give a shit. I'll be aiming for whatever, like fuck what I hit, I'll blast them all just to get that one shot. So what do you say to somebody you hate or anyone trying to bring trouble your way? Wanna resolve things in a bloodier way? Just study your tape of NWA. One day I was walking by with a Walkman on when I caught a guy giving me an awkward eye. What you looking at? And strangled him off in the parking lot. I don't give a fuck if it's dark or not. I'm harder than me trying to park a Dodge, but I'm drunk as fuck right next to a humongous truck in a 2-car garage, hopping out with 2 broken legs trying to walk it off. Fuck you too, bitch, call the cops. All I need is that one box of gumdrops to bribe them dumb cops from all the gunshots, cause when that gun drops is when all that fun stops. Everybody halts and stops and calls the cops. All they see is bitches out running in their halter tops. You all will get shot whether it's your fault or not. I'm hollering at him cause the son of a bitch won't quit barking or leaning out a window with a cocked shotgun driving up the block in the car that they shot Pac and looking for Biggs killers dressed in ridiculous blue and red colors. Like I don't see what the big deal is when I got this double barrel 12 gauge. I run blocks just to catch up to that one fox in the back of the parking lots selling rocks like a bitch would be sucking cocks. I be out surviving shots, outrunning the cops, reloading the Glocks till one of us drops, praying for the day that it stops, never knowing when it will. So I pray for my moms and pops, my 2 Glocks with 7 shots, outrunning 3 blocks with 2 cops and unlimited roadblocks behind me. Only one walks in the shade where the sun blocks. I can barely walk the city streets without a cop harassing me, searching me, then asking my identity. Hands up, throw me up against the wall. I didn't do a thing at all. I'm telling you, one day these motherfuckers are going to fall cuffed up, throw me on the concrete. Cops try to kill me, but they didn't know this was the wrong street. These motherfuckers are thinking I'm playing, thinking I'm saying the shit cause I'm thinking it just to be saying it. Put your hands down, bitch. I ain't going to shoot you. I'm going to pull you to this bullet and put it through you. Bang bang down, another casualty, but it's a cop who's shot. There's brutality. Who do you blame? It's a shame because the man's slain. He got caught in the chains of his own game. How can I feel guilty after all the things they did to me? Sweated me, hunted me, trapped in my own community. One day I'm going to bust, blow up on this society. Why did you lie to me? I couldn't find a trace of equality. Worked me like a slave while they laid back. Homie, don't play that. It's time I let them suffer the payback. I'm trying to avoid physical contact. I can't hold back. It's time to attack Jack. They got me trapped. Now I'm trapped and want to find a getaway. All I need is a G and somewhere safe to stay. Can't use the phone cause I'm sure someone is tapping and they've done it before. I sense someone's tapping into my phones. Why do I got this feeling in my bones? I might die soon. The FBI might be trying to pull my file soon. I might be walking blindfold into a typhoon. I might be seeing rockets light up the night sky right outside of the window of my living room, and if they do you can say goodnight and bye-bye to them iTunes. If I don't try to record as much before I do, the plan is to have as many in the can as I can as I stand before you in this booth, a walking dead man, blank stare, deadpan look as my face as I gaze into space as I wait to be scooped up in that van, mysteriously disappear into thin air, and they going to say a sniper just appeared out of nowhere, and I'll go down in the history as the blood-sucking leech who hid behind the freedom of speech, tried to take the Fifth Amendment, use it, twist it and bend it, and ended up dying to fill out in the hero splinters the business way to end this. I can feel the tremors tremendous in remembrance of September 11th, flashback to September 7th when Tupac was murdered in Vegas. He said that he predicted his own death. Let us never forget it, or should we ever live to regret it, like the day John F. Kennedy was assassinated in broad day by a crazed lunatic with a gun who just happened to work on the same block in a library book depository where the president would go for a little Friday stroll. Shots fired from the grassy knoll, but they don't know, or do they? Who's they for them to say? We're all going crazy and it's spooky. This is about as kooky as I've ever felt now. Countdown to nuclear meltdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can run, you can do what you want to, but you know you ain't going to do nothing when it's time. It's your time. You are the prime target. You have become public enemy number 1. I ain't scared to use my gat again. I look back at hindsight, the fight was irrelevant, but now he's the devil's friend. Too late to be telling him he shot first, and I'll be damned if I run away. Homie is done anyway. I should have put my gun away. I wasn't thinking. All I heard was girls laughing saying, damn, that homie is dissing you. I fired my weapon. I started stepping in the hurricane. I got shot, so I dropped, feeling a burst of pain. Got to my feet. I couldn't see nothing but bloody blood. Now I'm a fugitive to be hunted like a murderer. Ran through an alley still looking for my getaway. The cop said freeze or you'll be dead today. Trapped in a corner dark and I couldn't see the light. Thoughts in my mind was the 9 and a better life. What do I do? Live my life in a prison cell? I'd rather die than be trapped in a living hell. They got me trapped. Crack gun took a part of my family tree. My mom is on the shit. My daddy's splitting. Mom is steady blaming me as if my fault just cause I'm a young black male. Cops sweat me as if my destiny is making crack sales, only 15 and got problems. Cops on my tail, so I bail till I dodge 'em. They finally pull me over and laugh. A couple of cocktails will send me to jail. There's a couple of cops hot on my trail, but this time, when I get pulled over, there's a Doberman Pinscher and a pit bull in the seat. These pigs will get bit fooling with me. Quit fooling with me, bitch. You're going to see no pistol in the seat. Why does it always got to be an issue when you're me, and which you're going to see in the long run? I'm going to be the wrong one you want to harass with this limo tinted glass flashing that flashlight on my ass. Where was you at last night when the massholes ran up on my grass rapper slash actor? Kiss the crack on my cracker slash das. They took away my right to bear arms. What I'm supposed to fight with bare palms? Yeah right, they coming with bombs. I'm coming with flare guns. We as Americans remember Rodney King, and I blast on his punk ass. Now I got a murder case. You speak of heaven, punk. I never heard of the place. Wanted to come up fast. Got a UZ and a black mask. Duckin' fucking task. Now who's the jackass? Keep my shit cocked cause the cops got a Glock too. What the fuck would you do? Drop them or let them drop you? I chose dropping the cop. I got me a Glock and a Glock for the niggas on my block. Mama tried to stab me. I moved out, sold a pound of weed, made G's, bought a new house. I'm only 17. I'm the new kid. Got me a crew, bought him jewels and a UZ. Thick but all good things don't last. Task came fast and busted my black ass cooling in the pen where the goods kept. Now my little brother wants to follow in my footsteps. A soldier, I don't give a fuck. They done push me to the limit. I'm all in. I might blow up any minute. Did it again. Now I'm in the back of the paddy wagon while this cop's bragging about the nigga he's jacking. I see no justice. All I see is niggas dying fast. The sound of a gun blast. Then watch the hearse pass. Just another day in the life of a G. Got to step lightly cause cops tried to snipe me. The catch, they don't wanna stop at the brother man, but then they'll have an accident and pick up another man. I went to the bank to cash my check. I get more respect from the motherfucking dope man. The Grammys and the American music shows pimp us like hoes. They got dough but they hate us though. You better keep your mind on the real shit and fuck trying to get with these crooked ass hypocrites. The way they see it, we was meant to be keep down. Just can't understand why we getting respect now. Mama told me there would be days like this, but I'm pissed cause it stays like this, and now they trying to send me off to Kuwait. Give me a break. How much shit can a nigga take? I ain't going nowhere. Know how what you want to throw down. Better bring your guns, pal, cause this is the day we make 'em pay. Fuck bailing hate. I bail and spray with my AK, and even if they shoot me down, there will be another nigga bigger from the motherfucking underground. So step, but you better step quick cause the clock's going tick, and I'm sick of the bullshit. I heard a rumor I died, murdered in cold blood. Dramatized pictures of me in my final stage, but that was fiction. Some cowards got the story twisted, thinking like I no longer existed and I somehow mysteriously came up missing. It's like I'm barely breathing, but I'm still putting a bullet in motherfuckers just giving me a reason. You see me and hope I'm intoxicated or slightly faded, cause now you know that I'm aware that you tried to play me. Now this life I lead got cowards running, too scared to fight AG for the life of me. I cannot see how motherfuckers picture living life going to war. I'm breaking them off on sight, stopping lives like red lights. I be rolling, riding, dipping, diving, swerving, smashing and colliding right into you motherfuckers like I just don't give a fuck. Watch M pause as I pull my strap out and get to blazing on motherfuckers talking shit like the last outlaws. Rich Tupac and the click, smoking blunts, loading clips with enough shit to raise your block in one dip. We bring on horror like tales from the crypt, and the tales that I kick I'm fully automatic, full of static and shit. Got a Dodge van, 50 rounds in the clip. I'm riding shotgun with the tint in the back. The plan is to have a motherfucker in mint in this rap. I'm from the valley where selling narcotics is all I know, and I got it like I got to keep the flow. Speed, weed, whatever you need, whatever the kind, and if you need to know, motherfucker, you really ain't hard to find, so just come along and creep with me as we take a little trip down memory lane. Nobody knows me with this pistol in my hand. This cruel world can do without me. How can I survive when I found my buddy hanging dead from a rope, 16 on death row? I know it's hard to do these things alone. I walk on water, but I ain't no Jesus. I walk on water, but only when it freezes. Why are your expectations so high? Is it the bar I set or my arms I stretch that I can't reach? A far cry from it, or it's in my grasp, but as soon as I grab it and squeeze, I lose my grip like the flying trapeze. Into the dark I plummet. Now the sky's blackening. I know the mark's high. Butterflies rip apart my stomach, knowing that no matter what bars I come with, you're going to harp. Ripen, that's a hard Vicodin to swallow, so I scrap these as the pressure increases like khakis. I feel the ice cracking because it's the curse of the standard. That the first LP of the Mathers disc set, always in search of the verse that I haven't spit yet. Well, this step is just to be another misstep to tarnish whatever the legacy, love or respect that I've conquered. The rhyme has to be perfect, the delivery flawless, and it always feels like I'm hitting the mark till I go sit in the car to listen to it and pick it apart like this shit is garbage. God's given me all this and still I feel no different. Regardless, these kids look to me as a god. This is retarded. If only they knew it's a facade and it's exhaustive, and I try not to listen to nonsense, but if you bitches are trying to strip me of my confidence, mission accomplished. I'm not God sent. Nas, Rakim, Pac, Big, James Todd Smith, and I'm not Prince, so I'm only human, just like you, making my mistakes. Oh, if you only knew, I don't think you should believe in me the way that you do, cause I'm terrified to let you down. Oh, it's true, I'm a Rubik's, a beautiful mess, at times juvenile. Yes, I goof and I jest, a flawed human, I guess, but I'm doing my best to not ruin your expectations and meet them. But first, the speed 'em. Verse, look, I was going to go easy on you not to hurt your feelings, but I'm only going to get this one chance, so this is just a feeling I've got, like something's about to happen, but I don't know what and if that means what I think it means. We're in trouble, big trouble, and if he is as the man he says he is, then I'm not taking any chances. You are just what the doctor ordered, cause everybody wants a key and the secret to rap immortality like I have got wealth. To be truthful, the blueprint's simply a rage and youthful exuberance. Everybody loves to root for a nuisance, hit the earth like an asteroid, did nothing but shoot for the moon, since being broke is a poor excuse. That shit only gives you more fuel. Show them why are you so close to God. It's like I almost got it, but close only counts in time bombs and horseshoes, so I uni bomb shit, tick tick tick, no remorse, screw it, I'm lit in that attitude I blew up on quick, that's why they call me a firecracker. I grew up on Wick with a short fuse. I got some important news to report to anyone who thought I was done. No, bitch, not quite. The spotlight's back on. I got my faith, where's yours? Fuck catching lightning. He struck it, screamed shut up and thundered, flipped the world upside down and made it rain upward, rewound the future to the present, paused it, don't ask how, fuck the past motherfucker. He's the shit right now, he's the man. Send the fella Shady. Dane came to wrap the game up and sell it for the fame. To raise hell from hell he came, but didn't come to bore you with the Cinderella story. Nor did he come to do the same. He can't afford to be a label. In this day and age, and at this stage of the game, mediocrity can no longer be allowed to fly, so say bye to the old me. Say hello to the new case of rock, consider it his last hurrah. The coup de grace, raise him high in the sky, keep him up, tell him it's time to bring the place alive. Zeroing on the target like a smart man. The target is you. I shut your lane down, took your spot, parked in it too, watching it flow. Lighter fluid, saliva, what can you do? Go get your crew to hype you up, stand behind you like glue. That boy's hot enough to melt hell. Burn Satan too, fry his ass and put his ashes back together with glue. See, you can hate him, he don't blame you, frankly he would too. This game could ill afford to lose him. How about you? Now guess who? Here's a clue. He came to a ball as a wife beater, lost his Nike shoe, it's in your ass. He's in your dreams, he's all up in your mind like a psych too. Now what's his name? If I had a time machine, I told you that I can't stop. You gotta make them fear you before you make them run from it. I will leave you so knocked out at the South Pole, nobody fucks with them. Pose mortis and post-mortem, he's dying of boredom, so I'll take your best rhymes, record them to try to flaunt them. I'll just take your punchlines and snort them. Shit-stained drawers, you going to fuck with a me homie? I'll hang it up like some prank calls. You think I'm backing down? You must be out of your dang skulls. I'm almost famous, better think fast. On some riff-raff, I catch a flow and get going. No remorse, I'm showing, they slowing for no one, knowing there is nothing you can do about it. To raise hell from hell he came, but didn't come to bore you with the Cinderella story, nor did he come to do the same. He can't afford to be a label. In this day and age and at this stage of the game, mediocrity can no longer be allowed to fly, so say bye to the old me. Say hello to the new case of rock, consider it his last hurrah. I bet while I was away you know probably some of you got to thinking your top 10 ain't ya. Stop cause you fuckers are talking crazy and stop interrupting. You're not even up in the conversation whether you're Tupac or famous underground, Scott or nameless, whatever your job is you came to fuck with your occupation. You're thinking just cause you came in with scrubs and you brought the scalpel and sponge, the oxygen tank and the suction and shot the brain surgeon stuck in the operating room. Once you done, swap your name with him, smuggled in Ronald Reagan. If you fuck him up Donald Hagen while juggling waffles, baking fucking McDonald's egg and cheese sausage bagel finagle. They flung it across the table, then bump it and knock it, shake it, jumped and got in the way, then disrupted my concentration. You said fuck it and lost your patience since they all woke up from sedation. Ain't none of you Scott Mason. Then what does it got you thinking that you can fuck with this operation? Aftermath, still running hip hop amazing. I'm still plugging along. No need for your assumptions, but they feed me the fuel that I need for the fire to burn, and it's burning. I have returned. I love pissing you off. It gets me off like my lawyers when the fucking judge lets me off. All you motherfuckers got to do is set me off. I'll violate and all the motherfucking bets be off. I'm a lit fuse. Anything I do, bitch, it's news. Pistol whipping motherfucking bouncers. 6'2", who needs bullets? Soon as I pull it, you sweat bullets. An excellent method to get rid of the next bully. It's actually better cause instead you murdering. You can hurt him and come back again and kick dirt at him. It's like pouring salt in the wounds. Assault and get sued. You can smell the lawsuits. Soon as I walk in the room, everybody halts and stops, calls the cops. All you see is bitches coming out their halter tops, running and ducking out the Hard Rocks parking lot. You'll all get shot whether it's your fault or not. I never was a thug, just infatuated with guns. I never was a gangsta till I graduated to one and got the rep of a villain for weapon concealing. Took the image of a thug, kept shit appealing, willing to stick out my neck for respect if it meant life or death. Never lived to regret what I said. When you're me, people just want to see if it's true, if it's you, what you say in your raps, what you do so they feel as part of your obligation to fulfill. When they see you on the streets face to face, are you for real? In confrontation ain't no conversation. If you feel you're in violation, any hesitation'll get you killed. If you feel it, kill it. If you conceal it, reveal it. Being reasonable will leave you full of bullets. Pull it, squeeze it till it's empty. Tempt me, push me, pussies. I need a good reason to give this trigger a good squeeze. I'll be up and out this hood, up and out this game, keeping it all good dog. Just never keeping it the same, cause it's just not the same when you're in my game and not knowing my name. To what all I came for. This is some of that flip top to the money making hustling schemes, plotting to the story of big dreams, to someday make it, to become big things, to leave up and out this bitch cause living in the city, now ain't that about a bitch getting caught up with a felony or a possession of a bitch. Gots my dog Caspa, the one and only, yellin' man motherfuck that bitch. I got this upper class city, having this happening, then you attack Eminem cause I rap this way. You just ain't zany enough to rock with Shady. My noodle is cockadoodle, my clock's cuckoo, I got screws loose, yeah, the whole kid and caboodle. I'm just brutal. It's no rumor, I'm numero uno. Assume that there's no humor in it no more. There was a time I had the world by the balls, eating out my palm every album song I was spazzing the fuck out on, and now I'm getting clowned and frowned on, but the only one who's looking down on me that matters now's gone, so am I lucky to be around this long? Begs the question though, especially after the methadone as yesterday fades and the Dresden home is burnt to the ground and all that's left of my house is the lawn and the crowds are gone and it's time to wash out the blonde while my sales decline and the curtains drawn. They're closing the set, I'm still poking my head from out behind and everyone who has doubt has now been reminded, so now take your best rhymes. I'll do it, now do it 1,000 times and let them tell you the world no longer cares or gives a fuck about your rhymes. And as I grow out of sight, out of mind, I might go out of mind cause how do I ever let this mic go without a fight when I made a fucking tightrope out of twine? But when I do fall from these heights though, I'll be fine. I won't pout or cry or spiral down or whine, but I'll decide if it's my final rhyme this time around cause I'm only human. Just like you, I've been making my mistakes, and if you only knew, I don't think you should believe in me the way that you do, cause I'm terrified to let you down. Oh, if I walked on water, I would drown, cause I'm just a man, but as long as I got a mic, I'm godlike. So me and you are not alike, bitch. I wrote, Stan, and I started from the bottom like a snowman, ground up like round chuck, and still put hands on you. Staying wound up is how I spend time, sucker free. Confidence high with such a breeze when I pin rhymes. I just got the air about me like wind chimes. Another day in the life used to have to scrap to get by. Now my community is gated and I made it, and my neighbors say hi, I'm giving them pounds. I'm upscale now, guess it means I'm way in the sky, but I still remember the days of minimum wage for general labor. Welfare recipients is a minor look at how government assistance has made you adversity. If at first if you don't succeed, put your temper to more use. Thugged out in baby blue, coming up to me like, bitch, now who the fuck is you? Now you see what me and my crew got to do to you. When you leave me no choice but to blast you. You said it was going to be the last feud, the last time, the last crime, that last shine of your life when I took it. Now can't you just look at your little homie lying dead over there? Nothing to bear, nothing to lose, nothing to hide. Now don't you see that I just don't care? I never had shit to lose it. I never wanted to pick sides to choose it. Never can and never will. I told you not to mess with me. The future is in my eyes. I'm going back to Cali, going back, hanging out the sunroof, saying I got to go back to Cali to live and die in LA, cause 5 shots made him say, how do you want it? A different world. You can't see me, but I still rise the ghetto gospel, cause I get around to live and die in LA for the California love. Hey, kings never die. How do you want it? A different world. I can make it all about you two kings from another world and hit him up for a gangsta party until the end of time. All eyes on me cause I'm back reincarnated, incarcerated at the time. I contemplate the way that God made it. Lace M with lyrics, that's legendary. I died and came back. Now I hustle with these lyrics as if it's a game of crack. Thugging is in my spirit. I'm lost and not knowing, scarred up but still flowing, energized and still going. I'm passing you. Music is my time machine. If you don't got this, then you're going to need to get this. I'll take you out and leave no witness, so just don't get on my shit list. My life will make you want to run away, but there's no place to run and hide. All the confusion, it's like an illusion. It's probably cause the shrooms I'm on and you think you started hallucinating, cause my songs can make you cry, take you by surprise, and at the same time make you dry your eyes with the same rhyme, cause what you're seeing is a genius at work, which to me isn't work. It's easy to misinterpret it at first, but I'd be goddamned if another rapper gets to dissing me on a track. I'll hit the past and I split every rap as if it's my last. You can die in the blink of an eye. Bat your eyelashes and keep winking and blowing kisses. You're flirting with death. I'm destroying your livelihood. I ain't just hurting your rep. Sit back, homie, relax. In fact, grab a 6-pack, kick back while I kick facts. Tell Dre, sick track, perfect way to get back. Wanna hear something wick whack? If I have half a chance, I'll grab it. Tell that rabbit to run. We know you're rocking every rock, rocking every stage, and I'm awfully underrated, but came here to correct it so it ain't mistaken. I'm going to say that for the record. I am the opposite of whack, opposite of weak, opposite of slack. I got lots of heat, a closest to a peak, far from a punk. You oughta stop talking to me and start trying to catch up, motherfucker. Now you get it or you don't, cause I got it and you thought you had it, but you don't. When M and me got beef, we let the whole world know it. If you got beef, let the whole world know it, and let's take it to the streets. M, let the whole world know it. It's the chance for your big career. Don't blow it, cause my homie's on this side now, and no, I ain't finished talking about it till ya know you're finished. When I just diminished your whole rap and I have returned. My name is Slim. Please send me a doctor. I need a doctor to bring me back to life. As I lay on the table, they operating to save me. It's like an angel came to you, sent from the heavens above, saying they think that they're crazy, but they ain't crazy. Shit, let's face it, basically living this life as a rap star. You ain't nothing without a heart. They just playing sick, but nowadays who ain't saying shit? Spray 'em 50 to the K. Get in the way, I'll bring Dre and them with me and turn this day into mayhem. You staying with me, don't let me lose you. I'm not trying to confuse you. When I let loose with this Uzi and just shoot through your Isuzu, you get the message. Am I getting through to you? You know what's coming, you don't even know, do you? I'm going to do it just for proof. I know that it feels like this is all just a bad dream. Today the truth is you all are still there and I ain't. You know what, man? You gotta move on. Don't ever give up the dream, dog. I got love for you all. It's true. We brought people together who never would have been in the same room if it wasn't for working together as a team. That's why the doctor put the pacemaker in me. Hey, like I said, I'll be back, scarred up, re-energized and still going. You guys all called me the peacemaker. Look, I'm still flowing. I know when me and M got together to do this music, the more we became an artist. We just developed a friendship through it. Enemies, relax, smoke yourself some chronic and light it up. You know I'm about to blow up. If you don't got this, then you're going to need to get this. When I take this rhyme just to flip this, you know the two of us in the same place at the same time. You know this is blowing up. I had prayed to God and made a wish and then asked the doctor how I could repay him with this second chance at life I was given. You could hear him saying, Father, I'm running out of time. Please send me a doctor. I need a doctor to bring me back to life. But hey, you knowing what? I don't know if they know it or what, who's holding me up, slowing me down, and I do this for what you acting. It's not easy to Derek right to homie, dog. It's like NWA ain't changed. If it wasn't for this, then who's playing the game? You know what they say. Don't be the hater, be a player to the game. It ain't for him. It's just media. See to them, it's just images. This is no gimmicks. This is blood in and blood out. When there's beef, you just gotta know when to jump in and jump out. If there's a problem, we solve it. If we don't resolve it, it usually just evolves into one big brawl and we all get involved in it. We should all get a merit. This much beef we inherit and wear it like a badge of honor. Pass it around and share it and let it go to whoever's holding the most current people on their shoulders, and their soldiers got their backs till it's over. It's like I'm too shady to be back in that game. You know I hated confrontation. I truly hated the feuding, but you were down for yours whenever it came to scrapping. If it had to happen, it had to happen. Believe me, I know. Back from fixing cars to painting, whenever I stepped in the booth to getting arrested, sitting across from each other in cells laughing. Is this my life? Then I ask, why am I so differently wired? scared? Am I this Martian? What kind of twisted experiment am I involved in? I'm hearing voices all around me, saying welcome back to the land of the living, my friend. You have slept for quite some time. I repay him with this second chance at life I was given. This is where his whole life takes a dramatic turn and starts to go downhill slow, as he keeps to himself locked away in his bedroom. He tells his parents he is trying to get the two sides of the story, as Tupac is on one side and Biggie is on the other. I don't speak. I float in the air wrapped in a sheet. I'm not a real person. I'm a ghost trapped in my room. Yo, then they asked me if I wanna go with them. I said no, I got to go to school, and he said that ain't no problem. My homie, come on. I said no, I don't really want to go, and you can tell, but he said that he was going to take me anyways, then grabbed me and pulled me into his ride as I yelled, what the hell? He said come on, get on in the ride and let me take you to the other side. I see you don't really wanna go. I can tell. I'm going to take you anyways. What the hell? I said inhale exhale. I heard that your clientele is doing real well. My homie, you know you need to calm down before county run up in your house, but you don't want to hear that though. Your good days have come and gone. I tried to tell you. Now what's your name? Tell me what's your claim to fame. You really trying to be living large like your last name was Kennedy? The first tried to tell you, little man. Now how old are you and what you doing skipping school? I see you running with your lil crew out here fighting over red and blue. Now you want to claim gangs. Even heard that you bought a 9 milli man, and that ain't it. You started out with chronic on the brain. Now you're smoking amphetamines. I ain't trying to sell your dreams. I'm just trying to show you that there is other ways to getting cream. Take it from me. Just go to school, make something of your young life and watch it blow up. You ain't gotta stop being cool. You ain't even gotta stop flossing fancy jewels and fast cars. Just keep it real with your game, son. Don't forget where you came from. It ain't over till I say it's over. Enough when I say enough. I'm going to fight till I die or win, and biting the dust it'll just make me angrier. Back the car up and pop the trunk. You can't see me. I'm right here, and I told you to fight to say what you want to say. The doctor told me I got heart failure. My heart was failing me, but he put the E in me. From me back to the T on 9/11. They called for me and I was on demand. When the president was on pay-per-view, 9/11 it's an emergency. Cowards tried to murder me. I'm back hanging out the sunroof saying this is to live and die in Cali. Forget going back to Cali. To live and die in LA when I'm hanging out the sunroof saying, and God shall send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the waves of a man. I told you to fight to say what you want to say. Like I got a laptop in my back pocket. My pen'll go off when I have talk, cause he is still in office. Now look, we got a buzz spreading faster than making paper airplanes out of a 20. Forget the money. I don't rap for dead presidents. Did nothing but shoot for the moon. No one is specialer. My skill is intergalactical. I get cynical, act a fool, then I send a crew back to school. Since MCs get taken to school with this music, cause I use it as a vehicle to bust a rhyme. Now I lead a new school full of students. Me, I'm a product of Rakim, Lakem Shabazz, Tupac and W.A. Cube. Hey, Doc, Ren, Yella, Easy, thank you. They got Slim inspired enough to one day grow up, blow up, and be in a position to meet Run DMC and induct them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali, cause they must have forgot this is a rap. I'll survive everything you got in that chamber, man. I know sometimes these thoughts can be harsh and cold as ice to me. They're just ink blots. I just fling them like slingshots and so precise, so you might want to think it over twice when you retards can roll the dice, but beef will at least cost you your career, cause even my cheap shots are overpriced, but this middle finger's free as a bird. New warhead Ed birth. You just forehead Ed on earth, too short for a verse. Studied his formula, learned how to incorporate a curse pointed towards corporate America. Stick a fork in it and turn, cause 4-letter words are more better. Heard the world force fed a turd to me. You're getting yours, but sometimes I overdo it, but I just get so into it. I was there consoling you when no one knew it. When your situation showed no improvement, I was that door. You walked over to it. I'm the light at the end of the tunnel, so people are always looking at me as they're going through it. When that tunnel vision is unclear, shit becomes too much to bear. Since cleaning out my closet when I was having trouble with the snare, I'm that unrealistic prayer answered, and I'm going to get you jacked up like you're trying to fix a flat. When you struggle with the spare, that double-fisted bear knuckles coupled with this pair of nuts I'm cupping, I am your fucking switch. Nothing can compare. If you started from the bottom like a snowman, oh man, put that in your corncob pipe and smoke that, but my battery's low. I'm going to need a booster in my pack. I know I always got proof on my back. I called you a groupie cause I knew for a fact my insulin homie. I'm calling on you cause I think I'm slowly starting to lose faith in it, so give me that inkling and motivation to go insane with the flow. Fake fans with the two-face that show let heartbeats loot, produce hate in my soul, laying vocals 2 days in a row. True statement. Hate to go down this road, but there's only one route to cross this bridge, so I walk in this bitch with loose chains, cause all my dues paid, but this booth is taking its toll. But it's never too late to start a new beginning. That goes for you too. So what the fuck you going to do? Use the tools you're given, or are you going to use the cards you were dealt as an excuse for you to not do shit with them? I used to play the loser victim till I saw the way proof was driven. I found my vehicle and I haven't ran out of gas yet, and when they stack decks, turn handicaps into assets, fanny packs, hourglasses. If time was still on my side, I'd still have none to waste, man. In my younger days, that dream was so much fun to chase. It's like I run in place while this shit dangled in front of my face. But how do you keep up the pace and the hunger pains once you've won the race? When that pool of exhaust is cooling off cause you don't got nothing left to prove it all, cause you done already hit them with the coup de grace. Still you feel the need to go through and deal with that Bruce Willis, that blue still, that truth still. When that wheel's loose, I won't lose. Will you still believe? If not, just come along with me and creep with me, bitch. This is me, so that's got to be you. Who I made on TV, what you hear on CD, what appears easy, but don't get to be thinking that you can diss me for no reason and I'll let you off that easy. Cause homie, say what you say on that song, I'll turn around, jump time and take your whole CD and make it look so easy, like taking candy from a little baby. But nobody puts baby in the corner. I'm only trying to warn you. That baby gets mad, he will fucking flip on you. So now you can go call you a doctor, yelling I need a doctor. Bitch, who do you think sent you the doctor? It wasn't that easy to the E to Derek, right? M and me. When I get thrown in the booth, you know I'm flipping me off, looking in the mirror saying right back at M. When I show you this whole other side I wanted to not show you, you know you're not dealing with some fucking marshmallow little soft yellow punk pussy whose heart's failing. I be goddamned if you nailing any nails in this coffin when I'm healing myself. I bet you didn't see that one coming, did you? Big said it increase the complication. I ain't the one when an Uzi weighs a motherfucking ton and you just a student of the game that taught me. We know you're rocking every stage and I'm I'm awfully underrated but came here to correct it so it ain't mistaken. I'm going to say that for the record I am the opposite of whack, opposite of weak, opposite of slack. I got lots of heat, a closest to a peak, far from a punk. You oughta stop talking to me and start trying to catch up, motherfucker. Now you get it or you don't, cause I got it and you thought you had it but you don't. When Em and me got beef, we let the whole world know it. If you got beef, let the whole world know it and let's take it to the streets. Em, let the whole world know it. It's the chance for your big career. Don't blow it cause my homie's on this side now and no I ain't finished talking about it till you know you're finished. When I just diminished your whole rap and I have returned, I take each individual degenerate's head, reach into it just to see if he's influenced by me, if he listens to music, if he feeds into this shit. He's an innocent victim and becomes a puppet on the string of my tennis shoe. My name is Slim. I told you I can be shady. Don't take it personal. I'll probably be the first one to send myself back in time to beat my own ass and make myself feel this freestyle flow just like I can make you do this. And when you do, just tell them you knew this and give them the bird and flip them off saying if you don't like this then you can light it up cause I was high when I wrote this. I wanted the fame, but not the cover of Newsweek. Oh, well, guess beggars can't be choosy. Wanted to receive attention for my music, wanted to be left alone in public, and as I sit back with this pack of zigzags and this bag of this weed, it gives me the shit needed to be the most meanest MC on this earth, and since birth I've been cursed with this curse to just curse and just blurt this berserk and bizarre shit that works and it sells and it helps in itself to relieve all this tension, dispensing these sentences, getting this stress that's been eating me recently off of this chest, and I rest again peacefully, but at least have the decency in you to leave me alone. When you're freaking me out in the streets when I'm eating or feeding my daughter, do not come and speak to me. I don't know you and no, I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. I'm not Mr. NSYNC. I'm not what your friends think. I'm not Mr. Friendly. I can be a prick if you tempt me. My tank is on empty. No patience is in me, and if you offend me I'm lifting you 10 feet in the air. I don't care who was there and who saw me, just you can go call you a lawyer, file you a lawsuit, I'll smile in the courtroom and buy you a wardrobe. I'm tired of all you. I don't mean to be mean, but that's all I can be. It's just me. Excuse me for wanting my cake and wanting to eat it too and wanting it both ways. Fame made me a balloon cause my ego inflated when I blew C, but it was confusing cause all I wanted to do is be the Bruce Lee of loose leaf abused ink. Used it as a tool when I blew steam and hit the lottery. Oh wee, but with what I gave up to get it was bittersweet. It was like winning a used mink. Ironic cause I think I'm getting so huge I need a shrink. I'm beginning to lose sleep. One sheep, two sheep going cuckoo, and kooky is cool keep, but I'm actually weirder than you think cause I ain't much of a poet, but I know somebody once told you to seize the moment and don't squander it cause you never know when it all could be over tomorrow, so I keep conquering. Sometimes you wonder where these thoughts spawn from and pondering will do you wonders. No wonder you're losing your mind the way it wanders. Yoda Lodolahi, who I think it went wandering off down yonder and stumbled onto you in Vancouver cause I need an interventionist to intervene between me and this monster and save me from myself and all this conflict cause the very thing that I love's killing me and I can't conquer it. My OCD's conking me in the head, keep knocking. Nobody's home. I'm sleepwalking. I'm just relaying what the voice in my head's saying. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just friends with the monster that's got me beginning to feel like I just want to rap dog. So hey, this is a shout out to rap god. Hippity hip hip hop drippity drip drip drop flippity flip flip flop. If you really want to talkity talk some shit like a bitch, tickety tick 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 tickety tick tock goes the clock. So if you talk some shit blibbity blabbity blabbity blah 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 blah, who's the one that came and who's the one that saw? Nada the nah nada nee nah. Oh my god, fucking bombo clad. I'm hard as Kennard, the little boy who shot Omar in the wire. Tie a whore up with barbed wire. Nothing but a bra boy. I'm the real deal and charbroil her on the bonfire and bone voyage bitch. I'm like Chef Boyardee in this bitch. Send a bomb to my mom's lawyer. I'm a problem for ya. Boy, you think you're Tom Sawyer till I pull you out the fucking storybook and stomp on ya. Fucking fictional characters and fairy tales. Prepare yourself for Captain America on Ferris wheels, but it ain't fiction, it's fact. Boy, beware, it's real. Them lyrics you wield equals 0 to a hero shield. Mr. Fly by the seat of his pants. Parasail fall. Hit the trampoline. Bounce and grab a pair of stilts and I ain't wearing zilch. Zip. 0. Nothing. No nada. So all my people from the front to the back nod. Back nod now. Who thinks their arms are long enough to slap box? Slap box. I'm the proof, boy, you're a fraud. I'll destroy you, boy. Fuck around and blow you to sod. Oh my god, boy, you didn't go there. No, you did not. I got a whole storyboard for you, boy, for you to plot. You're getting got whether you try to avoid it or not. Apology not accepted, boy. Detroit is a rock. We get to beefing. Ain't no telling at what point it will stop. All I got to do is point to the spot when the bomb drops. Boy, does it drop. And when it is, boy, there's a problem. He said I rap like a robot, so call me rap bot. But for me to rap like a computer must be in my genes. He has a laptop in his back pocket. My pen'll go off when I half cock it. He got a fat knot from that rap profit. Made a living and a killing off it ever since 2001 when the doctor introduced me on the chronic and I was still in office saying, yay, I smoked before but I didn't inhale. I'm an MC still as honest but as rude and as indecent as all hell syllables. Skillaholic, kill them all with this flippity dippity hippity hip hop. You don't really want to get into a pissing match with this rappity rap packing a mac in the back of the yak backpack rap crap yap yap yakety yak, and at the exact same time I attempt these lyrical acrobat stunts while I'm practicing that I'll still be able to break a motherfucking table over the back of a couple of rappers and crack it in half. Only realized it was ironic I was signed to Aftermath after the fact. How could I not blow? All I do is drop F-bombs. Feel my wrath of attack. Rappers are having a rough time period. Here's a maxi pad. It's actually disastrously bad for the whack while I'm masterfully constructing this masterpiece as I'm born to be phenomenal, unstoppable, unpoppable thought bubbles, untoppable thoughts, fucking juggernaut that will stomp you in the verse. Obstacles I'm drawn to. When the going got rough, show what I done. Thought that was the worst. Little sissy, who the fuck taught you how to persevere? There ain't no situation that you ever had to respond to that's adverse. The messiest thing you've ever gone through is your purse. I don't try like Captain. I might as well hang it up like a shelf. Gotta keep growing with it. Evolve, cause you can keep throwing shit at the wall, but you're gonna find that nothing's gonna stick until you apply yourself. Time to slip in that zone till I find myself inside the realm where the unknown and boldly go in the waters where nobody else has gone before or willing to go. Uncharted feeling is so bomb. I'm feeling myself. I'm a giant. Sometimes I got to remind myself that I am phenomenal. Let me self-empower you. When you're down and they're trying to clown the fuck out of you. When you feel like you're running out of fuel, I'll show you how to use doubt as fuel. Convert it to gunpowder too. Now what you do is put the match to the charcoal fluid, put a spark to it, like Martha Stewart barbecuing. Oh, screw it. Feel like you want to hit that wall, then do it. Punch through it. Just cock back. Put your all into it. Now you're going to take that rage and make that what you raise. Never take back what you say. If you stay trapped in your brain, engage in this fueled cage match. Ready to scrap ASAP. Take your fists to his bones. Show Biggie who's smallest. You're Christopher Wallace. Yeah, I picture em all as plastic and foam. Lays flat where you put your dinner plates at and set it off like a placemat. I am phenomenal and I want you to say that. Step into the unknown and find yourself. You're floating freely. No emotion. Got a fucking mouth with no shut up valve. Can't even cut the power to it when it's what allowed me to come up out from under the fucking ground cause I worked my butt off. Now it's a subject I don't know how to shut up about cause I stuck it out like a motherfucking tongue to tie. I responded when I got shoved around. You're going to have down believers but when you're beyond belief, you probably shouldn't wonder how. Get it how you live but are you prepared to give more than you get and put in twice what you get back from this shit? Though what you sacrifice barely is half. Never give. Rap is my shit but it's like my shield at the same time I wield cause in my mind I'm a fighter. My heart's a lighter, my soul is the fluid. My flow sparks it right up. Arsenic writer, author with arthritis, carpal tunnel. Marshall will start shititis. Hard-headed and hot-headed, bull-headed and pig-headed, dick-headed, a prick, a big headache. I'm sick, quick-witted. For every lyric spitted there are 6 critics who wait for me to slip with it so quick this dynamite stick buried the wick. It's going to explode any minute. Some lunatic lit it and it's not Nelly. Do not tell me to stop yelling. When I stop selling I quit so stop dwelling and I am not failing. You fuckers are not ready cause I got a pain so deep it bellows but these cellos help just to keep me mellow. Emotion just flows over. These cold shoulders are both frozen. You don't know me I keep saying it. I can't stress it enough so keep playing it and stand next to the subs. I choke MCs like I'm a basket case and I mastered this rap shit till my ass gets wasted. Till my assassination. Till I'm slain. Cause of some fags. Infatuation. 44 mags. A fascination. A taste for disaster and if that's the case then my pen and paper cause a chain reaction to get your brain relaxing. A zany acting maniac in action. A brainiac in fact son. You mainly lack attraction. You look insanely whack when just a fraction of my tracks run. My rhyming skills got you climbing hills. I travel through your mind into your spine like siren drills. I'm sliming grills of roaches with sprayed on disinfectants. Twist the necks of rappers till their spinal column disconnects. Put this in your decks and check the monologue. Turn your system up, twist them up and indulge in the marijuana smoke. This is the season for noise pollution contamination. Examination of more cartoons than animation. My lamination of narration hits a snare and bass in a track fucked up rapper interrogation. When I declare invasion, there ain't no time to be stare and gazing. I turn the stage into a barren wasteland. I'm infinite. On this mic, I bust it. I let the beat commence. I can beat the sense in your elite defense. I got some meat to mince, a crew to stomp and 2 feet to rinse. I greet the gents and ladies. I spoil loyal fans. I foil your plans and leave fluids leaking like oil pans. My coil hands around this microphone are lethal. One thought in my cerebral is deeper than a jeep full of people. MCs are feeble. I came to cause some pandemonium. Battle a band of phony MCs and stand the lonely one. Imitator, intimidator, stimulator, simulator of data, eliminator. There's never been a greater since the burial of Jesus. Fuck around and catch all the venereal diseases. My thesis will smash a stereo to pieces. My a cappella releases classic masterpieces through telekinesis and eases you mentally, gently, sentimentally, instrumentally, with entity, dementedly meant to be infinite. If you want to go against me then I'll unleash this beast and start killing you MCs. Lyrically it ain't even fun for me anymore. Fuck hip hop when you going to see me to hops in from one to another like I'm too darn dangerous for you boy. You don't got no rhyme or reason and there won't be no time to finish. You going to need it to run. Yelling oh no, hip hop is in a state of 911 and nothing can stop it and nothing can change it. You better just make new living arrangements. If you think you're at the top and king of the castle you're about to get thrown off the throne and ripped a new asshole. Now everybody's asking who can catch lightning in the bottle. Set fire to water coming out the nozzle on the fire hose. Smash an hourglass. Grab the sand. Take his hands and show them. Spin around to freeze the clock. Take the hands of time and stop him. Saying this song isn't for you, it's for me. A true MC it's what it do just to see if he still has it and if his skills mastered. He's able to spill raps long after his killed. That's a real MC got you feeling me. Whether willing or unwillingly you still agree. As long as there's still this hunger and will in me, then expect a longer life expectancy. I'd be a savage beast if I ain't have this outlet to salvage me inside. I'd be exploding soaked in self-loathing and mourning so I'm warning you. Don't coax me it's silly. I'm really a sheep in wolf's clothing who only reacts when he gets pushed. Don't be fooled the press blows up this whole thing. It's stupid they don't know cause they don't see that I'm wounded. All they did was ballooned it. I'm sick of talking about these tattoos cartoon did that's why I tuned it out. I'm sick of duking and they can suck my dick while I'm puking. And you too, you can expect no sympathy from me. I'm an MC. This is how I'm supposed to be cold as AG. My heart's frozen it don't even beat so expect no apologies man I got evidence I'm never dense. I've been clever ever since my residence was hesitant to do some shit that represents the MO. I'm assuming all responsibility. There's a monster will in me that always wants to kill MCs. Mike Messailer, slamming like a wrestler here to make a mess of a lyric smuggling embezzler. No one is specialer. My skill is intergalactical. I get cynical act a fool then I send a crew back to school. I never packed a tool or acted cool. It wasn't practical. I'd rather let a tactical track tickle your fancy. In fact I can't see or can't imagine a man who ain't a lover of beats or a fan of scratching. This is for my family, the kid who had a cameo on my last jam, plus the man who never had a plan B. Be all you can be. Once you make an instant hit, I'm tensed a bit and tempted when I see the sins my friends commit. I'm infinite, a class clown freshman, dressed like Les Nessman. Fuck the next lesson. I'll pass the test guessing and all the other kids said I'm a disshead. He'll never last. The only class he'll pass is phys ed. Maybe true, till I told this bitch in gym class, if you mess with me then you mess with him. Nobody better test me cause I don't want to get messy, especially when I step inside this bitch looking so freshly with my new lugs. Give the crew hugs, guzzle 2 mugs before I do drugs that make me throw up like flu bugs. True thugs, rugged and shaven messy scrubs, whipping 40 bottles like the fucking Pepsi clubs down a 5th, crack open a 6. I'm on my 7th 8 ball. Now I gotta take a piss. I'm hollering at these hoes that got boyfriends. Who gives a fuck who they was? I'm always taking taking someone else's girl like Cool J does they probably don't be packing anyways, do they fuzz? We walked up, stomped they asses and blew they buzz mics get sandblasted stab your abdomen with a handcrafted pocket knife and spill your antacid sprayed your motherfucking crib up when I ran past it fucking felon, headed to hell in a handbasket talking shit will get you, your girl and your man blasted kidnapped and slapped in a van wrapped in saran plastic get your damn ass kicked by these fantastic furious 4 motherfuckers flashing a grenade in your face without the grandmasters and that's Slim Shady, bitch. There just ain't nobody that's iller than me I'm shady, brain dead like Jim Brady I'm AM80, you look like that Kim lady I'm buzzing, dirty dozen, naughty rotten rhymer cursing at you players worse than Marty Schottenheimer you whacker than the motherfucker you bit your style from you ain't gonna sell 2 copies if you press a double album admit it fuck it while we coming out in the open I'm doing acid, crack, smack, coke and smoking dope then. My name is Marshall Mathers, I'm an alcoholic hi Marshall I have a disease and they don't know what to call it better hide your wallet cause I'm coming up quick to strip your cash bought a ticket to your concert just to come and whip your ass bitch, I'm coming out swinging so fast it'll make your eyes spin you getting knocked the fuck out like Mike Tyson the proof is in the pudding, just ask the Deshaun Holton I'll slit your motherfucking throat worse than Ron Goldman I'm nicer than Pete but I'm on a search to crush a milk bone I'm everlasting, I melt vanilla ice like silicone I'm ill enough to just straight up diss you for no reason I'm colder than snow season when it's 20 below freezing flavor with no seasoning, this is the sneak preview I'll diss your magazine and still won't get a weak review I'll make your freak leave you, smell the Folgers crystals this is a lyrical combat gentlemen hold your pistols but I form like Voltron and blast you with my shoulder missiles Slim Shady, Eminem was the old initials extortion, snorting, supporting abortion pathological liar, blowing shit out of proportion the looniest, zaniest, spontaneous, sporadic impulsive thinker, compulsive drinker, addict half animal, half man dumping your dead body inside of a fucking trash can with more holes than an Afghan somebody let me out this limousine hey, let me out, I'm a caged demon, on stage screaming like Rage Against the Machine I'm convinced I'm a fiend, shooting up while this record is spinning clinically brain dead, I don't need a second opinion fuck dropping the jewel, I'm flipping the sacred treasure I'll bite your motherfucking style, just to make it fresher I can't take the pressure, I'm sick of bitches sick of nagging bosses bitching while I'm washing dishes in school I never said much, too busy having a head rush doing too much rush had my face flushed like red blush then I went to Jim Beam, that's when my face grade went to gym in 8th grade, raped the women's swim team don't take me for a joke I'm no comedian too many mental problems got me snorting coke and smoking weed again, I'm going up over the curb, driving on the median finally made it home, but I don't got the key to get in that's right now you got it cause it ain't over till I say it's over, enough when I say enough, I'm going to fight till I die or win and biting the dust it'll just make me angrier, back the car up and pop the trunk, you can't see me, I'm right here Nelly is out on the front lawn asking why right here, my homie just hold on we're all going home, now give me 50 feet defeat is not my destiny, release me to the streets and keep whatever's left of me, right out the dumpsters he came calling himself the beast since I hooked up with E, shit ain't ever been the same opened up doors for that homie and now he be thinking that your flow's beyond tight but what I write I'm not joking when I recite manuscripts to an MC, if it ain't rough then they know it ain't me cause I run 100 miles just so I can make you chase me and want that bomb, I get with the lunatic ain't nothing changed, they couldn't find the dream when they all ran fleeing the scene cause all the fools got erased when I threw a monkey wrench up in the rap game ever since I hooked up with E, we found em fucked em, then fled the scene why you hating at that bitch he wanted weed, Dre and Snoop turned em out now he is crystal smoking and everyone is thinking that boy be tripping remembering back when I was born rough and rugged my attitude was fuck it when the feds play shyest, you're watching the makings of a psychopath the truth didn't last before the wrath and aftermath who's that behind the trigger, who do your figure, a motherfucking night nigga ready to buck and rip shit up I had enough and I don't give a fuck niggas, isn't just the blacks also a gang of motherfuckers dressed in blue slacks they say niggas hang in packs and their attitude is shitty tell me who's the biggest gang of niggas in the city they say niggas like to do niggas, throw me in the cuffs with just 2 niggas a street walking nigga and a beat walking nigga with a badge I had to shoot you in the past for the blast take his cash and bash his head and dump him at the dead end and that's just his luck cause a nigga like me don't really give a fuck walked in the store what's everybody staring at they act like they never seen a motherfucker wearing black following a nigga and shit ain't this a bitch all I wanted was some chips I want to take my business elsewhere but where cause who in the hell cares about a black man with a black need they want to jack me like some kind of crack fiend I wonder if knows that my income is more than his pension salary and then some your daughter is my #1 fan and your tripe-ass wife wants a life with a black man so who's the Mac in fact who's the blackjack sit back and get fat off the fat cat while he thinks that he's getting one over I bust a move as smooth as Casanova and count another mill I'm getting paid for my trade but it's still real and if you look between the lines you'll find a rhyme as strong as a fucking 9 male stacked up niggas wanna act up let's put the gats up and throw your backs up but the cop's getting dropped by the gunshot but he's done now we run the block to my brothers stay strong keep your heads up they know we fed up but they just don't give a fuck they just don't give a fuck I gotta give my fuck offs fuck you to the San Francisco Police Department fuck you to the Marin County Sheriff Department fuck you to the FBI fuck you to the CIA fuck you to the Bush fuck you to the America fuck you to all you redneck prejudice motherfuckers and fuck you all punk gay sensitive little dick bastards motherfucking know you all can kiss my ass and suck my dick and my balls fuck you all they claim that I'm violent just cause I refuse to be silent these hypocrites are having fits cause I'm not buying it defying it envious because I will rebel against any oppressor and this is known as self-defense I show no mercy they claim that I'm a lunatic man I put lives at risk when I drive like this I put wives at risk with a knife like this shit you probably think I'm in your tape deck now I'm in the back seat of your truck with duct tape stretched out duck the fuck way down waiting to straight jump out put it over your mouth and grab you by the face what now when the shit gets thick I'm the one you go and get don't look confused the truth is so plain to see I'm the nigga that you sellouts are ashamed to be in every Jeep and every car. Brothers stomp this. I'm never ignorant. Getting goals accomplished. The Underground Railroad on an uprise. This time the truth's getting told. Heard enough lies. I told them fight back. Attack on society. If this is violence, then violence what I got to be. If you investigate, you will find out where it's coming from. Look through our history. America's the violent one. Unlock my brain. Break the chains of your misery. This time the payback for evil shit you did to me. They call me militant racist cause I will resist. You want to censor something, motherfucker, censor this. My words are weapons and I'm step into the silent, waking up the masses. But you claim that I'm violent. The cops can't stand me but they can't touch me. Call me a dope man cause I rock dope beats. Jacked by the police cause I didn't have my ID. I said, excuse me, why you trying to rob me? He had the nerve to say that I had a curfew. Do you know what time it is? Get out the fucking car or I will hurt you. Get out the car or I will hurt you. So here I go. I better make my mind up. Pick my 9 up or hit the lineup. I stepped into the streets. The first cop grabbed me. The other ripped my seat. They grabbed my homie and they threw him to the concrete. What you doing, man? They tried to frame me. They tried to say I had some dope in the back seat, but I'm a rap fiend, not a crack fiend. My homie panicked. I'm out. He tried to run. Freeze, nigga. I heard a bullet fire from the cop's gun. My homie dropped, so I hit the cop. I kept swinging. Yo, I couldn't stop. Before I knew it, I was beating the cop senseless. The other cop dropped his gun. He was defenseless. Fuck you. Now I'm against this cop who was racist, giving him a taste of trading places and all this cause the Peckerwood was trying this frame up, but I came up. Now they claiming that I'm violent as I was beaten on a cop. I heard a gun click, then the gun shot, but I wasn't hit. I turned around. It was my homie with the gun in hand. He shot the cop. Damn. Now he's a dead man. I said, come on, it's time for us to get away. Let's go, we gotta get the fuck out of here. They called for backup and they'll be on their way. Jumped in the car and tried to get away quick. The car wouldn't start. Damn. We in deep shit, so we jumped out. Come on, let's take the cops' car. We drove a little ways thinking that we got far, but I looked up and all I saw was blue lights. If I die tonight, I'm dying in a gunfight. I grabbed the AK. My homie took the 12 gauge. Load em up quick. It's time for us to spray. We'll shoot em up with their own fucking weapons, and when we through spraying, then we step in. This is a lesson to the rednecks and crooked cops. You fuck with real niggas, get ya fucking ass dropped. So here we go. The police against us, dark as dusk, waiting for the guns to bust. What's next, man? What's next? I don't know, and I don't care. One thing's faux show. Tomorrow I won't be here, but if I go, I'm taking all these punks with me. Pass me a clip. G, now come and get me. You want to sweat me? Never get me to be silent. Giving them a reason to claim that I'm violent, killing us one by one in one way or another. America will find a way to eliminate the problem one by one. The problem is the troubles in the black youth of the ghettos, and one by one we are being wiped off the face of this earth at an extremely alarming rate. And even more alarming is the fact that we are not fighting back. Brothers, sisters, niggas. When I say niggas, it is not the nigga we are grown to fear. It is not the nigga we say as if it has no meaning, but to me it means never. Ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Niggas, what are we going to do? Walk blind into a line? Or fight and die if we must? Like niggas, this is for the masses, the lower classes, the ones you left out. Jobs were giving better living, but we were kept out, made to feel inferior, but we're superior. Break the chains in our brains that made us fear you. Pledge allegiance to a flag that neglects us. Honor a man that who refuses to respect us. Emancipation Proclamation, please. Lincoln just said that to save the nation. These are lies that we all accepted. Say no to drugs, but the government's kept it running through our community, killing the unity. The war on drugs is a war on you and me, and yet they say this is the home of the free, but if you ask me, it's all about hypocrisy. The Constitution, yo, it don't apply to me, and Lady Liberty still. The bitch lied to me. Steady strong, nobody's going to like what I saying. But it's wrong to keeping someone from learning something, so get up. It's time to start nation building. I'm fed up. We gotta start teaching children that they can be all that they want to be. There's much more to life than just poverty. This is definitely words of wisdom. America, I charge you with the crime of rape, murder, and assault for suppressing and punishing my people. I charge you with robbery for robbing me of my history. I charge you with false imprisonment for keeping me trapped in the projects, and the jury finds you guilty on all accounts, and you are to serve the consequences of your evil schemes. Prosecutor, do you have any more evidence? Words of wisdom, they shine upon the strength of a nation. Conquer the enemy on with education. Protect yourself. Reach for what you want to do. Know thyself. Teach what we've been through on with the knowledge of the place that no one will ever oppress this race again. No Malcolm X in my history text. Why is that? Because he tried to educate and liberate all blacks. Why is Martin Luther King in my book each week? He told blacks if they get smacked, turn the other cheek. I don't get it. So many questions went through my mind. I get sweated. They act as if asking questions is a crime, but forget it. One day I'm going to prove them wrong. Now every brother had to smother on the welfare line. The American dream, though it like it's attainable, they're pulling your sleeve. Don't believe cause it will strangle you. Pulling the life of your brain. I can't explain. Beg as you can obtain from which you came. Swear that your mother is living in equality. Forgetting your brother that's living her apology. Thought they had a speedin' when they took out King, but the battle ain't over till the black man sings. Words of wisdom, but the battle ain't over till the black man sings. Words of wisdom. America's nightmare. Is that what I'm? America's nightmare? Well, I am what you made me. The hate and evil that you gave me I shine, of a reminder of what you have done to my people for 400 plus years. You should be scared, you should be running, you should be trying to silence me, but you cannot escape fate. Well, it is my turn to come. Just as you rose you shall fall. By my hands, America, you reap what you sow. That's why I have been around clowning with the underground. I'm still down with my homies from the hometown, and if you need anything at all, I drop it all for you all. If my homies call, it's a shame you chose the dope game. Now you slang Kane on the streets with no name. It was plain that your aim was Mo Kane. You got game, now you run with no shame. I chose rapping tracks to make stacks. In fact, I travel the map with raps that spray cats, but now I don't wanna down my homie. No matter how low you go, you're not lowly, and I hear that you made a few enemies, but when you need a friend, you can depend on me. Call if you need my assistance, there'll be no resistance. I'll be there in an instant. Who am I to judge another brother only on his cover? I'd be no different than the other. H to the O to the M to the I to the E. I'm down to the END cause it's a fall in no time at all. I'm down for y'all when my homies call. Word if my homies call, that's why I wrote this song. If you ever need me, it's on. No matter who the foe, they must fall. Us against them all. I'm down to brawl if my homies call. Cause if I'm supposed to be the soldier who never shows his composure, even though I hold the weight of the whole world on my shoulders, I ain't never supposed to show it. My crew ain't supposed to know it, even if it means going toe to toe with them. It don't matter. I'd never drag em in battles that I can handle unless I absolutely have to. I'm supposed to set an example. I need to be the leader. My crew crew looks for me to guide him if some shit ever does pop off. I'm supposed to be beside him and all that other shit. I tried to squash it, but it was too late to stop it. There's a certain line you just don't cross, and he crossed it. I heard him say his name on a song and I just lost it. It was crazy. This shit went way beyond some Jay-Z and Nas shit, and even though the battle was won, I feel like we lost it. I spent too much energy on it. Honestly, I'm exhausted and I'm so caught in it. I almost feel I'm the one who caused it. This ain't what I'm in hip-hop for. It's not why I got in it. That was never my object for someone to get killed. Why would I want to destroy something I helped build? It wasn't my intentions. My intentions were good. I went through my whole career without ever mentioning it, and that was just out of respect for not running my mouth and talking about something that I knew nothing about. Plus Dre told me stay out. This just wasn't my beef, so I did. I just fell back, watched and gritted my teeth while he's all over TV down talking a man who literally saved my life. Like fuck it, I understand this is business and this shit just isn't none of my business. Still knowing this shit could pop off at any minute, cause there used to be a time when you could just say a rhyme and wouldn't have to worry about one of your people dying, but now it's elevated cause once you put someone's kids in it the shit gets escalated. It ain't just words no more, is it? It's a different ball game, calling names, and you ain't just rapping. We actually tried to stop the 50 and Ja beef from happening. Me and Dre had sat with him, kicked it and had a chat with him and asked him not to start it. He wasn't gonna go after him until Ja started yapping in magazines how we stabbed him. Fuck it, 50 smash him, mash him and let him have it. Meanwhile my attention is pulling in other directions. Some receptionist at the source who answers phones at his desk has an erection for me and thinks that I'll be his resurrection. Tries to blow the dust off his mic and make a new record, but now he's fucked the game up cause one of the ways I came up was through that publication, the same one that made me famous. Now the owner of it has got a grudge against me for nothing. Well fuck it, that motherfucker can get it too. Fuck him then, but I'm so busy being pissed off I don't stop to think that we just inherited 50's beef with Murder Inc. And he's inherited mine, which is fine. Ain't like either of us mind. We still have soldiers that's on the front line that's willing to die for us as soon as we give the orders, never to extort us, strictly to show they support us. We'll maybe shout them out in a rap or up in a chorus to show them we love them back and let them know how important it is to have Runyon Avenue soldiers up in our corners. Their loyalty to us is worth more than any award is, but I ain't trying to have none of my people hurt and murdered. It ain't worth it. I can't think of a perfecter way to word it than to just say that I love y'all too much to see the verdict. I'll walk away from it all before I let it go any further, but don't get it twisted. It's not a plea that I'm copping. I'm just willing to be the bigger man. If y'all can quit popping off at the jaws, well then I can, cause frankly I'm sick of talking. I'm not gonna let someone else's coffin rest on my conscience, cause I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Man, it feels so good to be back. I scrutinize every word, memorize every line. I spit it once, refuel, re-energize and rewind. I give sight to the blind, my insight through the mind. I exercise my right to express when I feel it's time. It's just all in your mind. What you interpret it as I say to fight, you take it as I'm going to whip someone's ass. If you don't understand, don't even bother to ask. A father who has grown up with a fatherless past, who has blown up now to rap phenomenon that has, or at least shows no difficulty multitask and in juggling both, perhaps mastered his craft / entrepreneur who has helped launch a few more rap acts, who's had a few obstacles thrown his way through the last half of his career. Typical manure moving past that Mr. Kiss's ass crack. He's a class act rubber band man. Yeah, he just snaps back. All the people up top on the side and the middle come together. Let's all bomb and swamp just a little. Just let it gradually build from the front to the back. All you can see is a sea of people, some white and some black. It don't matter what color. All that matters we gathered together to celebrate for the same cause. Don't matter the weather. If it rains, let it rain. Yay, the wetter the better. They ain't gonna stop us. They can't. We stronger now more than ever. They tell us no, we say yay. They tell us stop, we say go. Rebel with a reason to yell. Raise hell, we gonna let 'em know. Stomp, push, shove, mush, fuck, bush until they bring our troops home. Imagine it pouring. It's raining down on us. Mosh pits outside the Oval Office. Someone's trying to tell us something. Maybe this is God just saying I still have a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. One day this nation will rise up and live up to its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream is a public speech delivered by American civil rights activist Martin Luther King Jr. during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom on August 28, 1963, in which he calls for an end to racism in the United States and called for civil and economic rights. Delivered to over 250,000 civil rights supporters from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., the speech was a defining moment of the civil rights movement. We're responsible for this monster that we have empowered. How could we allow something like this without pumping our fists? Now this is our final hour. Let me be the voice in your strength and your choice. Let me simplify the rhyme just to amplify the noise. Try to amplify the times it and multiply by 16 million people are equal at this high pitch. Maybe we can reach Al-Qaeda through my speech. Let the president answer a higher anarchy. Strap him with an AK-47. Let him go. Fight his own war. Let him impress daddy. That way no more blood for oil. We got our own battles to fight on our own soil. No more psychological warfare to trick us to thinking that we ain't loyal if we don't serve our own country. We're patronizing a hero. Look in his eyes. It's all lies. The stars and stripes, they've been swiped, washed out and wiped and replaced with his own face. Mosh now or die. If I get sniped tonight, you know why. Cause I told you to fight. And as we proceed to mosh through this desert storm, in these closing statements, if they should argue, let us beg to differ as we set aside our differences and assemble our own army to disarm this weapon of mass destruction that we call our president, for the present and mosh for the future of our next generation to speak and be heard. Mr. President, Mr. Senator, do you guys hear us? Hear us? All I suggest is that you add the question, is it in the interest of the national security? I hope that every group in America, unions and businessmen and public officials at every level, will ask the same question of their endeavors and subject their actions to the same exacting tests. And should the press of America consider and recommend the voluntary assumption of specific new steps or machinery, I can assure you that we will cooperate wholeheartedly with those recommendations. Perhaps there will be no recommendations. Perhaps there is no answer to the dilemma faced by a free and open society in a cold and secret war. In times of peace, any discussion of this subject and any action that results are both painful and without precedent, but this is a time of peace and peril which knows no precedent in history. It is the unprecedented nature of this challenge that also gives rise to your second obligation, an obligation which which I share, and that is our obligation to inform and alert the American people to make certain that they possess all the facts that they need and understand them as well, the perils, the prospects, the purposes of our program, and the choices that we face. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program. For from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support the administration. I am asking for your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors, for as a wise man once said, an error does not become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy, and that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news as well as improved transmission, and it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security, and we intend to do it. It was early in the 17th century that Francis Bacon remarked on three recent inventions already transforming the world: the compass, gunpowder, and the printing press. Now the links between the nations, first forged by the compass, have made us all citizens of the world, the hopes and threats of one becoming the hopes and threats of us all. In that one world's efforts to live together. The evolution of gunpowder to its ultimate limit has warned mankind of the terrible consequences of failure, so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help man will be what he was born to be: free and independent. America's known the casualties of war, but not at the center of a great city, on a peaceful morning. America's known surprise attacks, but never before on thousands of civilians. All of this was brought upon us in a single day, and night fell on a different world, a world where freedom itself is under attack. It was meant to send a cryptic message. Now what's the plan? All of a sudden a missing airliner. Well, let me tell you something, planes don't just disappear. I am not as good as I want to be, as great as one day I will be, but thanks to God I am so much greater than I used to be. I sometimes pretend to be normal, but it gets boring, so I go back to being me. I am who I am. Your approval isn't needed. Let your dreams be bigger than your fears and your actions louder than your words. I may not be there yet, but I'm closer than I was yesterday. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regret. Love the people who treat you right. Forgive the ones who don't believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy. I just promised it would be worth it the minute you think about giving up. Just think of the reasons why you have held on for so long. When you expect the best, I prepare for the worst. Don't know why. I don't know what else to say. When you're falling behind, I will carry you. Everybody cries. Everybody bleeds. No one ever said that life's an easy thing. The good news is for when you fall, it's like you closed your eyes to go to sleep to wake up to another day. That's when you know, for when your times you fall. I will help you back up. There is no telling how many miles I had to go while chasing a dream, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a first step. Trust within God. He will show you. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. I'm not afraid of tomorrow. I know I'm already there. God sometimes takes us into troubled waters, not to drown us, but to teach us. The poorest man on earth who is friends with God is richer than the richest man who is not friends with God. People tell you to be positive. How do you take that when what's around you is negative and can't catch a break? Listen to me spilling my heart through this pen. Just know that I'll never be Marshall again, full of controversy until I retire my jersey, till the fire inside dies and expires at 30. Unfortunately, after my heart was failing me, the doctors had to inform me I would be lucky to make it past my teenage years, and I was told the pacemaker would only prolong my life to the age of 30. He's a problem child, and what bothers him all comes out when he talks about his fucking dad walking out, cause he just hates him so bad that he blocks him out. If he ever saw him again, he would probably knock him out. His thoughts are whacked. He's mad, so he's talking back, talking black, brainwashed from rock and rap. He sags his pants, do rags and a stocking cap. His stepfather hit him, so he socked him back and broke his nose. His house is a broken home. There's no control. He just lets his emotions go. Entertainment is changing, intertwining with gangsters. In the land of the killers, a sinner's mind is a sanctum. Holy or unholy, only have one homie. Holding this gun, feeling lonely cause don't anyone know me. Yet everybody just feels like they can relate. I guess words are a motherfucker. They can be great or they can degrade, or even worse, they can teach hate. It's like these kids hang on every single statement we make, like they worship us, plus all the stores ship us platinum. Now how the fuck did this happen? From standing on corners and porches just rapping, to having a fortune. No more kissing ass, but then these critics crucify you. Journalists try to burn you. Fans turn on you. Attorneys all want to turn at you to get their hands on every dime you have. They want you to lose your mind every time you mad, so they can try to make you out to look like a loose cannon. Any dispute won't hesitate to produce handguns. That's why these prosecutors want to convict me strictly just to get me off of these streets quickly, but all their kids be listening to me religiously, so I'm signing CDs while police fingerprint me. They're for the judge's daughter, but his grudge is against me. If I'm such a fucking menace, this shit doesn't make sense, man. It's all political. If my music is literal and I'm a criminal, how the fuck can I raise a little girl? I wouldn't be fit to. You're full of shit too. That was a fist that hit you. They say music can alter moods and talk to you. Well, can it load a gun up for you and cock it too? Well, if it can't, then the next time you assault a dude, just tell the judge it was my fault and I'll get sued. See, what these kids do is hear about us having pistols and they want to get one cause they think the shit's cool, not knowing we really just protect affecting ourselves, we entertainers, of course the shit's affecting our sales, you ignoring us, but if music is the reflection of ourselves, we just explain it and then we get our checks in the mail. It's fucked up, ain't it? How we can come from practically nothing to being able to have any fucking thing that we wanted. That's why we sing for these kids, who don't have a thing, except for a dream in a fucking rap magazine, who post pin-up pictures on their walls all day long, idolize their favorite rappers and know all their songs are for anyone who's ever been through shit in their lives, till they sit and they cry at night wishing they die, till they throw on a rap record and they sit and they vibe. We're nothing to you but we're the fucking shit in their eyes. That's why we seize the moment, try to freeze it and own it, squeeze it and hold it, cause we consider these minutes golden and maybe they'll admit it when we're gone. Just let our spirits live on through our lyrics that you hear in our songs and we can. Let me remind you of what took it this far. When I can hear them saying if you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down, if you're scared, don't show it, you might get out before the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on moving, face that fire, walk right through it. You might get out before the devil even knows you're there. I know it hurts, walking down the road that leads to who knows where. Don't you hang your head, don't you give up yet. When courage starts to disappear, I will be right here. When your world breaks down and the voices tell you turn around, you're getting closer to pushing me off of life's little edge. Sooner or later, you know I'm getting closer. I guess I'm taking the fall. I know you feel helpless now. I know you feel alone. When the stars go blind, the darkness starts to flood your eyes. When you're falling behind, I will carry you. Sometimes he works secretly, behind the scenes, but he will reveal his work to you when the times are right. That's right, now you got it, cause it ain't over till I say it's over. Enough when I say enough. I'm going to fight till I die or win, and biting the dust it'll just make me angrier. Back the car up and pop the trunk. You can't see me. I'm right here. Nelly is out on the front lawn asking why right here. My homie, just hold on, we're all going home. Now give me 50 feet. Defeat is not my destiny. Release me to the streets and keep whatever's left of me. Right out the dumpsters, he came calling himself the beast since I hooked up with E. Shit ain't ever been the same. Opened up doors for that homie and now he be thinking that your flow's beyond tight, but what I write, I'm not joking when I recite manuscripts to an MC. If it ain't rough then they know it ain't me, cause I run 100 miles just so I can make you chase me and want that bomb. I get with the lunatic, ain't nothing changed. They couldn't find the dream when they all ran fleeing the scene, cause all the fools got erased when I threw a monkey wrench up in the rap game. Ever since I hooked up with E, we found em, fucked em, then fled the scene. Why you hating at that bitch? He wanted weed. Dre and Snoop turned him out. Now he is crystal smoking and everyone is thinking that boy be tripping. Remembering back when I was born rough and rugged, my attitude was fuck it. When the feds play shyest, you're watching the makings of a psychopath. The truth didn't last before the wrath and aftermath. Who's that behind the trigger? Who do your figure? A motherfucking night nigga ready to buck and rip shit up. I had enough and I don't give a fuck. Niggas isn't just the blacks, also a gang of motherfuckers dressed in blue slacks. They say niggas hang in packs and their attitude is shitty. Tell me who's the biggest gang of niggas in the city? They say niggas like to do niggas. Throw me in the cuffs with just two niggas, a street walking nigga and a beat walking nigga with a badge. I had to shoot you in the pass for the blast, take his cash and bash his head and dump him at the dead end, and that's just his luck, cause a nigga like me don't really give a fuck. Walked in the store, what's everybody staring at? They act like they never seen a motherfucker wearing black following a nigga, and shit ain't this a bitch. All I wanted was some chips. I want to take my business elsewhere, but where, cause who in the hell cares about a black man with a black need? They want to jack me like some kind of crack fiend. I wonder if knows that my income is more than his pension salary and then some. Your daughter is my #1 fan and your tripe-ass wife wants a life with a black man, so who's the Mac? In fact, who's the blackjack? Sit back and get fat off the fat cat while he thinks that he's getting one over. I bust a move as smooth as Casanova and count another mill. I'm getting paid for my trade, but it's still real, and if you look between the lines you'll find a rhyme as strong as a fucking 9 male stacked up. Niggas wanna act up, let's put the gats up and throw your backs up, but the cop's getting dropped by the gunshot, but he's done now. We run the block to my brothers, stay strong, keep your heads up. They know we fed up, but they just don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck. I gotta give my fuck offs. Fuck you to the San Francisco Police Department, fuck you to the Marin County Sheriff Department, fuck you to the FBI, fuck you to the CIA, fuck you to the Bush, fuck you to the America, fuck you to all you redneck prejudice motherfuckers, and fuck you all punk gay sensitive little dick bastards. Motherfucking know you all can kiss my ass and suck my dick and my balls. Fuck you all. They claim that I'm violent just cause I refuse to be silent. These hypocrites are having fits cause I'm not buying it, defying it, envious because I will rebel against any oppressor, and this is known as self-defense. I show no mercy. They claim that I'm the lunatic. Man, I put lives at risk when I drive like this. I put wives at risk with a knife like this shit. You probably think I'm in your tape deck now. I'm in the backseat of your truck with duct tape stretched out. Duck the fuck way down, waiting to straight jump out, put it over your mouth and grab you by the face. What now? When the shit gets thick, I'm the one you go and get. Don't look confused, the truth is so plain to see. I'm the nigga that you sellouts are ashamed to be in every Jeep and every car. Brother, stomp this. I'm never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. The Underground Railroad on an uprise. This time the truth's getting told. Heard enough lies. I told them fight back, attack on society. If this is violence, then violence what I got to be. If you investigate, you will find out where it's coming from. Look through our history. America's the violent one. Unlock my brain, break the chains of your misery. This time the payback for evil shit you did to me. They call me militant racist cause I will resist. You want to censor something, motherfucker, censor this. My words are weapons and I'm stepping to the silent, waking up the masses, but you claim that I'm violent. The cops can't stand me but they can't touch me. Call me a dope man cause I rock dope beats. Jacked by the police cause I didn't have my ID. I said, excuse me, why you trying to rob me? He had the nerve to say that I had a curfew. Do you know what time it is? Get out the fucking car or I will hurt you. I look to the sky and pray for a better day. Somehow, some way, maybe one day I'll be heard, and God will answer every word, and let me fly in the sky as an angel like a bird, and set me free, releasing all this pain that has ever came to me. Don't get me wrong, there's no one else to blame but me. It's too plain to see. It's what I now realize and see. What's changed me for me, and let me be this better me for the better me. To see myself to be this one and only lost and lonely, soul to be whole, cause never again will I fall in this hole, and not think it will all change in just a blink of an eye, cause just think it could have happened to you or I. So who am I and so what if I have told a lie? At least I still stand here and try to ask for your forgiveness, cause you're not the one that has to live this life that I live, let alone is it any of your business, but you're still here, ready to help us conquer our most biggest fears that we fear, like death. And is it near, and is there anything left for me to fear? Cause just thinking about it brings a tear from my eye down my face, cause I'm ready to do whatever it takes to believe that there's a better place than this. I can barely stand this or put up with this life that I live. Just try to forgive and look past all the bad that I did in my past. I know what I did was wrong, so here I ask for you to forgive me. I'm sorry, please forgive me, but this soul can't shed another tear. tear, or hide from another fear. Cause it knows the end is near, it's done all it could to try and make it, but this soul just can't take it or put up with it for another minute to try and make it work. The pain, the hurt, the time, the work, the tears wiped from the shirt, from this broken heart stomped in the dirt, walked on, spit on, put down from all the doubt, alone, lost and scared to shout, to let these true feelings come out, not knowing how or where to begin to start to express the feelings from this heart that's slowly starting to fall apart bit by bit, piece by piece, tear by tear. The end is near, but this soul has no fear of the end. It faces death and hopes for the best. It's realized its wrongs and has already confessed, asked for forgiveness and to please just let this pain come to rest. I have a worthwhile goal, one worthy of total commitment and obsession to obtain and know the necessary steps to achieve it. For I got this demo tape, it's more real than all the talking that people be talking because it just got more real than you thought. For I look up to only one day, as it's time to rise, to take the stand to do what's right, cause even if I died for them, maybe then they would start to get two sides of the story before knowing my health is to show them. It's crazy to see, it's like going back in time, it's up to me to make a change. If I can't change myself for the better me, then how can I be the one to show you 2020 when I give sight to the blind, from me back to the you and to show them I'm as real as I stand before you. I had opened my eyes and looked into finding forgiveness and only to show you the pain I suffered. I never want another to have to feel the pain I had to feel, so now I only try to overcome the past and try to be the better person by not falling victim to the evil things I sometimes have thoughts of acting upon. And that's why they say Diablo's the next best thing, beating some old fart over the head with a cane, going insane, murdering my bitch like it was a game, no shame, fire flame, going out and smoke, shoving my dick in Britney Spears' throat, making her choke on this big fat dick of mine, giving her a dime, time after time, listening to Eminem bitch in the room, beating her ass over the head with a broom, gotta go to school soon, fucking my life up worse like it was a curse, go to the next verse, Eminem raps worse. I crept to the game, you just kept it the same. But nobody knows me, I'm cold, walk down this road all alone. Cause sometimes you just feel tired, you feel weak, and when you feel weak, you feel like you wanna just give up. You gotta search within you gotta find that inner strength and just pull that shit out of you and get that motivation to not give up and not be a quitter, no matter how bad. You wanna just fall flat on your face and collapse. My father told me when he was just a little boy, he was looking out his bedroom window late one night to see a shooting star and he had made a wish, said a prayer before going to sleep, then had this vision that came to him. He was walking in this field and looked up to see this spaceship slowly hovering over everything for as far as he could see. He had turned to run from out of fright as he was going through this chain link fence when all of a sudden he woke up and ran to his father to tell him of this dream that he had. That his father told him to take a walk with him along the beach. He had said to me, my son, if you take a look behind you to notice there are two different sets of footprints in the sand that only ends with one set of footprints. That's because for the times you feel like giving up, I will pick you up and carry you. When you see the sun set, a new beginning and time for the sun to rise, just remember a star can't shine without the darkness. If you see someone falling from the sky and he says that he can fly, when you see him slowly returning to the earth and he starts to walk on water to land, you ask me, did he die? I tell you, no, my son. Then you turn to ask me why. I tell you, because my son, it just wasn't his time. For that's only in God's hands. The New York Times printed a photograph that had been taken by Associated Press with the photographer the previous day, so did newspapers all over the country. It showed a man who, having jumped from one of the burning World Trade Center towers, was falling through the air to the pavement, and acrobatics of death. An estimated 7% of those who were murdered on 9/11 died by jumping. There is ample photographic documentation, taken by various witnesses from various angles, of this horrific phenomenon. The Times never ran the photograph, or anything like it, ever again, neither did most other American papers. Indeed, photographs of the so-called jumpers have been rendered taboo, vilified as an insult to the dead and an unbearably brutal shock to the living, though they have been printed abroad, and can be found on the internet, and journalists who have tried to identify the falling, dying man. I'll be up and out this hood, up and out this game, keeping it all good, dog, just never keeping it the same, cause it's just not the same, in my game, when you're not knowing my name, to what all I came for, WNEN. I be rolling, riding, dipping, diving, swerving, smashing and colliding right into motherfuckers like I just don't give a fuck, cause I can give a fuck less, about this life to success. If you don't like it, then you can just suck this. When I bust it out, pull it out and smack you across the face for talking that shit, bitch, just remember that I won't forget where you live when I do a drive.